is the enemy, the past. It threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulcher, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expanded remarks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send him home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line and initial it twice.
Hello. I'm Jerry Holkins. I'm also Tycho Brahe, and I'm also Omendron. But today I am Jerry Holkins, Dungeon Master of the C Team. It is my great pleasure to introduce the players to my right. Ryan Hartman as Dinar Blitzen, which I'm offended. No, that's none of that.
Oh.
You're already in character.
Solemn.
No, don't. No, not yet. It's not time. Amy Falcone as Walnut Dongrass, which might be Dankgrass. We'll investigate it.
Okay, silent.
Kate Welch as Rosie B. Stinger, the most dangerous grandmother in the Forgotten Realms. Chris Straub as his OC character headcanon fan insert, Cathus Draub.
Yeah. The real deal.
It's an actual, exactly.
With myself.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, motherfuckers, are we ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Ready, motherfucker.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Now, there is something of a surprise that greets you. You have your own reasons for wanting to become a licensor of Acquisitions Incorporated, the fastest growing adventuring company in Faerûn, but the license that you get back has a couple conditions that you weren't expecting. And it also comes with a strange object. So what you learn as fully 40 pages of documentation returned to you is that the license that you have purchased, perhaps the only license that is available, is for 25% of one license. Yeah. You're going over it. Everything seems like it's okay. Very, very small text on the back of the last page. On the bottom says that licenses of Acquisitions Incorporated in the Desserin Valley, which is the region you'll be operating in, are sold in tranches of 25%. Something like a medieval dating service. They will choose 3 other licensors and build you into a company designed for maximum mission effectiveness based on your
timeshare.
Exactly, it's like a timeshare, but for adventuring.
Okay.
In this particular region.
Wow.
It also comes with one other thing. It comes with an acorn. Obviously, that gets you cranked up. Yeah, good stuff, right?
Your name's Walnut.
Fucking reel it in, okay?
Sorry.
Just we can't have the
Poor
whole
rabbit.
game just beads of sweat. Each of these acorns has had the cap dipped in gold, and there is a note that accompanies it that says that you are to enter an inn called the Drawn and Courtier noon the next day. So there's a very, very short timeline for you to even achieve this objective. Luckily, you're all well within that range. It will not be a difficult process. You are to meet there at noon, and the acorn must be with you. Cathus Draub, you were dropped off in this town via the Acquisitions Incorporated airship.
I don't remember.
You don't 100% remember any of this. The fact of the matter is that your Dungeons and Dragons career, the very first roll that you ever made was a 1.
Yes.
And that was in the process of you contacting another plane for advice. And what happened instead was that your entire consciousness became transmuted into a kind of madness that made everything absolutely hilarious. And the amount of hilarity was connected directly to how bad things are.
Right.
It's been a huge problem. You awaken in a filthy alley.
Naked.
No, I'm going to run this.
I take my clothes off.
God damn it! Listen,
This is finally.
did you see this? Do you see this screen? It's like this. You awaken with this note written in your own hand. Your focus, which is a chunk of a dark altar that you found in the Underdark. As a warlock, you have the capacity. The eyes of the Runekeeper allow you to read any language, but there were symbols on this altar that you couldn't perceive, and because you could not perceive them, they became almost fetishistic for you. It's not normal for you. I mean, as soon as you see a piece of text, no matter when it's from, you can perceive it. But these symbols eluded you. You were able to carve a chunk of it out, and you focus your warlock powers through it. It is burning hot in your hand. This note is in your other hand, written in your own handwriting.
Ink?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sound disappointed.
Your forehead is also hot. There is a raised welt on it that you can feel with the back of your hand.
Oh, I don't like it. Okay.
The only thing that you know right now is that I had to take your 9th level character sheet away. You now have this shit eater 3rd level character
This mess.
6th level.
version of the same character.
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, it's all gone. It's all gone.
It just started.
It's true.
Yeah.
But you're now scrubbing it with the rest of them, and you know that you are in the town of Red Larch, where you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But there are many, many other things that you do not know, up to and including the incredible sorceries that you developed over the last 6 years.
Right.
That stinks.
Yeah.
That's
Everyone's writing stuff down.
Exactly.
worry about it.
You steady yourself against
Where the brains.
the stone wall
The
of
least
this.
filthy wall.
Yeah, the least filthy
check.
wall you can find. Here, No, we're not gonna do it.
You stick your hand right through it.
Minimally. Oh, it's gross. It's the
disgusting.
worst. Then you step in something. You don't like that either. No. You steady yourself against the edge of a wall, and as you come around the corner, you can see a sign that hangs in front of the building that reads "The Drawn and Courtier."
Oh, this is ideal.
Yeah, this is an optimal scenario for you. Everything turned out great. Walnut Dawn Grass. You are approaching Red Larch from the wood to the north,
Yes.
near the base of the Sword Mountains,
Okay.
a place that's often been known for druidic goings on, your type of shit.
Write stuff too.
You can sense, you can. You can be a part of this team as well. Be sure to open that up. Draw funny pictures. Whatever feels good to you at the time. Walnut, even just walking across the soil on the long road that cuts right through the middle of Red Larch, you know that a forest was cut down for this.
Okay.
You can tell from the soil, even your feet on the soil on the way to the town. You know that this was a beautiful Red Larch forest that the people of this town had the audacity to name it after. There's nothing here. There is nothing even remotely Larchian about the awful place that they have manufactured here.
I am internalizing all of this.
Exactly. It's all going to go into your journal,
Yes.
right? There's going to be a poem, and you accept that, right?
Yes.
But as you cross straight down through, obviously your mode of dress is distinctive, but the long road through Red Larch that goes from Mirabar in the north and Waterdeep in the south brings all kinds through this village. No one's too surprised by this particular raiment. You have directions that will take you to the Drawn and Courier. It's not quite on the main drag.
Okay.
It's off a bit. You see wagon shops, places that you make a note to hate
Sure. Yeah.
in the future.
Just internally making that shit list.
Exactly. And as you turn the corner, you can see the sign of the Drawn and Courier, and you can also see a drow in blue raiment, sort of supporting himself against the front of it. You don't know if he's been here all night. You don't know if he's trying to get back in after a night of drinking. But he clearly is having a difficult time supporting himself in an upright bipedal way.
I make a snap judgment.
As is your right.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're welcome to interact, or I can continue with the situation.
And I think Walnut's there for I'm just here for my own things. I don't need to get involved in whatever that
door
is.
you don't want to open.
Yeah, that's something I want to mess with.
Right.
You just let that happen.
Yeah.
Dinar Blitzen, your Dragonborn village is on the sort of eastern ridge of the Sword Mountains. The secrets of that town are held in a cavern high up that you are familiar with from your own rite of passage. That we'll get into later in this campaign. But there's no walking for you as a relatively high-born person in that there is a cart that drives you basically to the gate of Red Larch.
What are you shaking your head for?
You step off and the cart raises substantially as you've been deposited. You get the nod from the front and they roll away. You cross much the same path that Walnut did on the way in. You curve over to the left first. You see other shops. You see the town sort of waking up and getting ready for the day. And you approach the drawn courier from the north. You can see clearly a druid in sort of like a warlike raiment. It isn't the classic robes. There's nobody getting any mistletoe at midnight here. This is a druid that this is not your father's druid essentially. This is a druid that protects the natural world via another mechanism. You can see her face furrowed with anger and rage at a drow in front of an inn called the Drawn and Courtier.
Okay. Which is where I'm supposed to be going.
Indeed, that's the document that you have.
All right. And you're a mess.
You don't look great.
All right. So I flip him a coin and I say, "Here you go, vagrant." And then I walk into the inn.
Are you naked?
No, I think vagrant doesn't imply nudity. I think it's probably as.
I don't think it wasn't my intention.
No.
But I mean,
I don't
it
have-
wasn't
Not yet.
coincidence.
I want to explain.
I would have given you more coin.
No, actually, no,
Right,
I'm great.
But all I can muster is, thank you, friend.
Does it do you even catch it? Does it just like hit you in the
bounces
fin
off
and
your-
chest?
It is,
And
it
then-
is me right there.
Right in the welt.
Yeah.
but you still have the presence of mind. Oh, great.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love those. I remember what those are for. Those are great. I want to get a bunch of those if I can.
Yeah.
All without looking at him, without eye contact.
I'm talking to the coin.
just like,
Yeah, exactly. Good
Oh,
job.
you again. Yes.
I love how round you are. I love all of this. So, Rosie, you are approaching town from the south. Not quite, Waterdeep is a week south. You were actually in this area for other business already. And so getting over here is an easy jaunt for you. You can see what you believe to be Red Larch. Certainly the map would communicate that to you. You can see it in the sort of the middle distance there. You know you'll be there soon. When from a copse of trees you see 3 young men intersect your path on your way to Red Larch.
Do these young men look savory? Or not so much?
Well, here, let's grab some intuition.
Okay.
And I am going to apply disadvantage to that. The channel has been kind enough to provide me with bad rolls for players, and I'm going to put them to fucking work.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to roll d20 with perception. My perception check? What is
Let's
it?
see.
What do you got me doing?
nice. I didn't know there was
Oh,
dice in
insight.
this game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Insight?
we
Okay.
can
Insight,
roll
yeah.
stuff.
Let's do.
my-
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't
So
have a
roll
bonus
2
for
of them
that.
and take the lowest.
Okay. Okay.
I actually have your character
9, that
sheet.
might be the lowest.
I
But
got a 9. Okay. And then I also got an 8, and I have +2 wisdom. Does that bonus apply?
It does not in this case.
Okay. So
8.
Yeah, exactly.
I have +3 strength. Does that help?
So
I confer some of my strength.
so one sidles into the middle of the road in front of you, and the other two edge their way, just try to get behind in the periphery. And you can see. I mean, it doesn't require much sophistication to determine that a grandmother walking this road, walking the long road outside of a town, might represent something like a bunch of juicy grapes hanging off of a vine.
she is juicy.
Yeah. Every aspect of Rosie B. Stinger to them communicates an easy mark.
Okay.
Let's see.
So there's one in front of me?
One in front and
Okay.
two are start edging around behind. And you can hear behind you and to the right, you can hear the twang of a crossbow, of a hand crossbow being loaded.
Okay.
So the young gentleman in front says, "Good morning, grandmother."
Good morning. Can you help escort me on my way to town?
This, you'll be on your way very quickly. The transaction we have in mind shouldn't take more than a couple minutes
Wonderful.
if you're smart.
Oh, I think I can be. How can I help you today?
Anything you have that a shop would want, you're going to give it to us,
I see.
and then you're going to continue on upright. There's another way it goes,
Okay.
right? He directs. He's. You think he might have had this speech before? You think that he might have leveraged this one, maybe practiced it on his mates? He says, "There's not a lot of you to hide. It's 5 minutes work."
Interesting. Well,
Are you pleased with yourself?
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I don't have much that I can offer you, so I'm not sure I can be of help to you today. If you wouldn't mind just letting me on my way, I'm just here to do some business in town.
No. That's, grandmother, that's not how this story ends at all. That's not how this story ends at all.
Okay.
This is the most pleasant mugging I've ever seen.
It's pleasant for now.
I think so. I think I would like to try to intimidate this young gentleman.
Yeah, no, Rosie, don't forget. You might be able to intimidate quite well with the assistance of your friends,
Oh, that's so true.
of your vast network, your social network. Has conferred the Stingers have conferred upon you a certain level of capacity
My little
in this.
beehive.
Yeah. So the hive. So don't
Wonderful.
don't wait. I mean, definitely put him to work.
Okay, I would love to use one of my special dice, my stinger bees.
Yeah. Let's do it. All right. Let's see this intimidation. I have a copy of your character sheet here.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh wow. So you're a total motherfucker on this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Even though you're a tiny grandma, you like to intimidate a motherfucker.
It's just a pastime.
Well, here, listen. So, advantage for you, Rosie B. Stinger, means that you roll the d20 twice.
Okay.
And you add 4 to each of those rolls, and you take the best of the 2.
Goodness.
So let's get to work.
Okay.
Big money.
Holy fucking!
wow.
All right. Well, that is
That's a
crit.
nat 20, folks.
Let's see what the other one is, just for kicks.
Could be a 21.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Never
say.
know.
Let's see if there's another dice in there.
A 1.
That's a 1.
Does that cancel out?
No, it doesn't.
bookended.
It doesn't cancel it out. Listen. Obviously, this 20 would let you cut this man in half just with a glance. But what does Rosie B. Stinger do in this case?
I think Rosie B. Stinger would like to. Excuse me. I would like to give this young man a very cuttingly perceptive look and say, "Don't I know your grandmother? Haven't we gone to some kind of party together? Perhaps I've seen her around town. Isn't that someone that I might have encountered before?"
Yeah, you can see his hand sort of do this like a leaf in the wind, and he reaches for the dagger, and he unsnaps the top of it, and he pulls out the dagger, and the dagger falls on the ground. Now, different people are reacting to this situation in different ways. The fellows behind are not in the gruesome cone of the intimidation that you have laid out. And one of them, you think it might be on accident, pulls the trigger of the crossbow.
Oh,
So let's get some initiative going.
okay.
Watching Cathus puke at the
That's
bar
a
is like
total
good
shithole.
comparison.
That's a 10.
Yep.
Plus 3, 13.
Yeah, that's way better than me. Now, don't be intimidated by the tiny vampire mouths. This is not a vampire.
Thank goodness.
It'd be a very different.
I heard that before.
Let the blood moon rises.
Yeah, exactly.
Crossbow turns into fang.
It turns into a bat mid-flight.
No. So Rosie is going to go first, but that first attack is a surprising scenario.
Okay.
And so it's going to happen right away.
Okay.
Is your AC 16, grandmother?
No, it is 15.
Okay. The crossbow bolt sails through the air.
I would like to deflect missile.
Would you?
I would.
How does it work?
I roll I believe I have the power to grab anything that is being deflected at me, to deflect anything that's being shot at me. I also roll a 1d10 plus 6, and if that is higher than the damage that would have been dealt to me, I can grab the item
Okay, well,
in the air.
it is 3 points of damage, so let's go ahead and get that dice
Okay.
roll, but I'm pretty sure this is going to end with you holding.
That's a 9.
Yeah. It comes, and in a moment, just a fluid shift, and you catch it over your shoulder.
I'm going to, I do have the ability to then use this to throw, but I think that these young men are just a little bit misled. They've gone down the wrong path. So I'm going to simply hold that crossbow, look over my shoulder, and say, "Did you drop something?"
Yep, bite it. Yeah, he is scooting back. He is scooting way back, as far back as he can go, to the extent that he falls down, and then continues to try to move back, even though he's mostly on the ground. When you turn back to look in front of you, the young man is now hiding in the bushes he was going to put your body in. The third young man is nowhere to be seen. You see a tiny shape just running back down the long road. It could be him.
I am going to continue on my way unobstructed.
Do you keep it as a souvenir?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
I always keep them as a trophy.
Exactly. It's just nice.
It's just nice.
It's nice.
Can I add that to my inventory?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. One crossbow bolt.
One crossbow. Souvenir.
Exactly. So
Put a smiley face next to it.
exactly. Ching. You enter the town of Red Larch from the south, and just off the first curve on the right, you can see loosely swinging in the wind is the sign for the place that you were meant to go.
I assume I see this sad sack.
Well, you see one sad sack drow still sort of vibrating in place. You see
Now a little richer.
exactly. You
Just
see,
still
indeed. You see
admiring it.
you see an intimidatingly garbed druid alongside. You're not sure what's going on there, and you've already gone inside, correct?
Yeah.
So as soon as I see Rosie looking my way, I immediately look like I've been caught being in trouble. And I look to this drow who's, I'm a wood elf out of my element. I see that this is a drow out of his element, and I walk up to him, not too close.
Not too close.
Not within
You don't want to. There might be a scent.
like projectile range.
Yeah.
Not looking too
There's like a barf situation.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a cone weapon,
Away
obviously.
from
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I say, hello, fellow outsider. Can I help you get to where you're going? Can I help you inside?
Yeah,
Maybe
you
some
could.
fluids.
Rosie's
Hydration.
like, isn't that sweet?
I-
Aren't you a dear? What a nice young elf.
Hello, ma'am.
I would love that. I'd wait. I'd love it if we could wait until the sun was not out, so I could go inside without being destroyed by those beams.
The sun is pretty much at its highest point right now.
Oh,
gonna be a
that's
little
the
while.
worst thing you could say to me. I was just gonna pop inside
Okay.
and collect myself. Hope they have a washroom.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Actually, I didn't fare too badly. Maybe I'll take up this occupation. I already got a coin out of it today. I was deep in the alley. I didn't think anybody could see me.
That's great.
So imagine how much better it could be if I'm on the stoop.
I'm
in front.
happy for you. That is super validating for you.
Yeah, exactly. Internalize that.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I appreciate it.
Sure.
So are you just talking about why you're not going inside?
No, I am going to go
Okay.
inside. There's no
After
running
the
water
monologue.
out here.
I see. Okay.
I'm a dirty man. But I mean, it could help with the act, with the panhandling. But I'm just gonna go ahead and go inside.
All right. Well, I'll hold the door for both of you, and then I hold the door.
I do appreciate though that a wood elf would stop for a drow, because usually I get it ain't the best on the surface.
Inspiring. Very
Yeah.
inspiring.
Well, we're not all in our element here.
I am. I go inside.
After you, ma'am.
Exactly. Now, as you enter the Drawn Courtier, you feel a slight pressure change. There's a temperature change from outside to inside. In your inner ear, you feel a little pressure momentarily, and then it's gone. As you enter it, this seems like a perfectly serviceable opportunity to get fed, make acquaintances, stay the night. There's nothing remarkable about it, really at all, except that it is almost annoyingly themed. It's like a theme restaurant.
Oh, I love these.
Yeah, right. Over to your right, you can see three chairs that you think might have been sort of had the edges cut out of a cauldron. So imagine that it has sort of a high back and side placed on a stool. They're radiating warmth from the fire in that corner. Over the fireplace, which is itself near a very small stage, is a portrait, a lavish, almost like gold leaf edged portrait of a wizard in a high purple cape with a skull clasp. And you recognize this person instantaneously. Not a week ago,
Right.
you were in the company of this sorcerer of some renown. He has power, but he's known to be a showman.
Right.
His name is Jim Darkmagic. But that theme, I mean, terribly, awfully, not evilly, but annoyingly, cloyingly, extends even to the staff. So even the staff here are adorned in a way that marks them as acolytes of some kind to this sorcerer. They have an easier to wear, easier to wash version of his raiment. The neck isn't quite as high.
Right.
There's some of them have a wig that sort of communicates that long black hair. But the place is full of revelers. The bar is open, and the Drawn and Courtier is available for business.
Jeez, I think this is a cult. I have great misgivings now about this. I thought,
Wouldn't you be excited about cults?
not this one.
Not this
Exactly. No,
It's
I
very
want.
lively and fun, and it's like,
I want a cult that has cool clothes.
yeah,
Optimally, some kind of evil pact.
sure.
Right.
No flair. I
Yeah,
don't
I
need
was
that.
just saying, does anybody wear flair here? Are there pieces of flair?
There's some have apparently collected different kinds of skulls. Maybe they're seasonally available skulls.
Yeah.
They all
I
seem
hate Monday's skull.
They all seem very excited. You see a young halfling woman, take the stool on the small stage near the fireplace, tune the lute very quickly, and then sing a song that is entirely about Jim Darkmagic.
He sounds great.
From end to end, the lyrics are, "Jim, there is only him. I serve his every whim."
Jim.
Yeah.
J-I-M.
Am I right?
Got it.
But there is a booth near the back of this establishment with availability.
Now, as I'm going to make my way toward that booth, being I'm imagining it's the only open one.
Yes.
And then I notice, would you already be seated, actually?
I was at the bar.
You were at the bar?
I was at the bar.
And you came in earlier.
Yeah. And then I see you and I say, I don't have any more, guy. I'm sorry.
I don't need any.
Yeah.
I've identified you as Rich, and so I'm at the bar next to you, trying to get you to buy me a drink.
Yeah, his golden scales just
Yeah.
shimmering in the light inside.
Yes. Beautiful.
And make sure it's not actually a scale. Because that might be with something.
It was. That was the trick. I'm not rich at all.
Yeah.
That's the game.
That's how I do it.
Well
Yeah.
played. No, I make my way to the booth, and I assume you do the same? But like, we notice we're traveling in the same direction.
Yeah, so at this point, the social awkwardness of I ushered you in and now I feel kind of responsible because I might have let in like a person that's not
Right.
great.
You might be responsible for hauling him out
But I
later.
look
Yeah.
with pleading eyes at the matriarchal figure of Rosie leaving me. Just like,
I lean over to Dinar and say, I'd like a gin and tonic.
It's literally
Nice.
it is literally on the menu.
Oh, incredible.
I'll say 2 gin and tonics, please, for me and the lady. And then I say, what do you know about 25% ownership of?
Just lay it out.
Just lay it out there. By the way,
So, I don't know you, but I got this.
I don't know you. Never met you. You're just a bartender. What do you know about this?
this magical nut.
Yeah. I got this magical nut.
Rosie brings out her magical nut. I got one too.
Well, then you and I should
what do you
talk.
know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the person behind the bar in the middle of mixing the gin and tonics says, "Oh yeah, people often meet up. People often meet their Acquisitions Incorporated contacts here. Sometimes it's even Jim Darkmagic.
Jim Darkmagic, did you hear that?
Who's that again?
I've heard that name.
Jim Dark.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Jim." He points over toward the fireplace. Over the top.
Oh, okay.
Not that.
He's
So
fire.
He's made of fire?
No.
Oh.
No. You've never heard of Jim Darkmagic?
No, I can't say that I have.
Hang around here a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna.
Anyway,
you're gonna learn a lot.
ETA on these gin and tonics, buddy?
You're gonna learn a lot tonight. And he's like, oh, yeah. He puts them together, pushes them out. You can hear him humming the same song that the halfling is singing on the
I'm
bench.
also singing it now. It's really stuck in my head.
Do you know this guy?
Earworm.
Have you heard of this dude?
No, never.
No.
No, but he sounds great. Look at all these people
Yeah.
dressed like him. He must be.
The drink's named after him. Tastes all right.
It's a good drink.
He's got that going for him, I guess. And I'm just casually flipping around my gold nut, like doop-a-doop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
No idea about
Yeah.
what it's
No,
included.
like the importance is entirely lost on me.
We're visibly. Can you guys maybe see us
Yeah,
like
I
having our
see you
nut
flipping that
conversation?
around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I think How many other people have this?
And then I go,
I thought it was special.
this is a magical day. And I pull mine out.
I don't know what that means, but
And I go, even I know what that means.
Do you? Would you say you busted your nut out?
lame.
There we go.
This is a family show.
Yeah.
Lame.
Rosie B. Stinger.
But I liked it.
I think I'm gonna go see what that's about. And I go to the bar. I approach the both of you.
Dude, I said I don't got any more money. I don't know how much clearer I can be.
I'm like in the back.
Yeah.
This guy.
I have some money.
Are you here about the? Oh, really? Hold on a second.
Actually, no, I'm putting the acorn
Could
away.
use a little coin. No, are both of you here about the franchising opportunity as well?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
I hear franchise, and I'm immediately up over looking just very glower, but
This
listening
nice young
intently.
dragon man bought me a gin and tonic.
I did that.
Would you guys like a gin and tonic as well?
No, I'm good. No more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll touch my
I don't know how much
Rose.
more I gotta give this dude in one day, but I draw the line
I don't.
at a coin and stepping over him.
I don't want to drink anything named after a necrotizing man. So I'm good.
Yeah. So
I'm complete.
you're starting to see people, groups of people are beginning to leave the establishment. They're not being replaced. You can see outside the window, it has begun to darken what you would describe as unseasonably.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
Apparently it was noon.
It wasn't noon.
You came in
Yeah.
here
About 7 p.m.
You came in here about noon.
Okay.
It's already begun to, the shafts of light that are coming through the window have already begun to dim precipitously. The bartender says, were you supposed to meet someone here? I mean, what does it say in your...
I don't think so.
What's it saying, your nut boy?
Mine says enter the drawn in courtier at noon, but there's no other details besides that, except for this curious little nut.
But he says the closest Acquisitions Incorporated franchise is in Waterdeep, and I understand that the roads from Waterdeep are springtime roads right now, which is to say that you could swim through part of them. We don't have rooms here tonight, but it may be a situation where you need to wait in town for your contact to arrive.
Okay.
I would rent you a room, but I don't have them. They're already rented.
All right.
Do you know of anywhere that might rent us rooms?
If you head out to the main path, worst case scenario, there might be somebody at the All Faiths Shrine to take you in, but it's not a super busy time of year because of the roads. It should be okay.
Super busy for you, apparently, though. That's pretty nice for you.
Well, we have a reputation.
I'll say.
Absolutely. A cat, perhaps the cat of this establishment, probably not the owner. You feel a cat sort of curl around your right leg and look up to you.
Well, I look down and I'm immediately pleased to see
Some
something
sign
not
of life.
humanoid. Yeah,
You're
some-
like way more excited to see the cat than any of us.
Yeah, well, now that I know we're not getting a room. So I'll kneel down and look at the cat and, offer it a hand like, can I pet?
Oh, yeah. It's the full meal deal. Right along the side. It goes right for that cheek. Goes for the other cheek.
Oh, yeah.
People are not paying this cat the kind of attention it deserves.
It's a good cat.
Good cat.
This is a premium cat.
Yeah.
Can I get a perception roll from you, Rosie B. Stinger?
Sure.
It's not a bad cat.
I'm ready.
I got a 1.
Wow.
I'm not very
You step on
perceptive
the
about
cat.
this cat.
You know what?
You cannot see it.
Wait, yeah? All right, let's do it.
I would use your advantage.
Okay.
Summon your friends.
18.
Not even
right.
It's quite
needed.
different.
Now,
Yeah.
what
What's
do you
going on
got
with
there
your
on
rolls?
your percept?
On my perception.
On your whiz?
I got +2 whiz.
All right. That's marvelous. You notice something odd. The chandelier in the middle of the drawn courtier, the pattern of candles in it are a celestial pattern.
Oh, is it a celestial pattern that I recognize?
Yes, you absolutely recognize it. It is called the Homeward Star. And it literally forms a kind of triangle. And the candle nearest the door in this configuration is sort of guttering a little bit.
Okay.
Might need to replace that. Something to consider. Something else that's strange is that you're used to a certain level of recognition and notoriety from halflings, and that is not being paid to you here. You're trying not to be offended by it.
Trying to move past that.
You're trying to move past it, but it's not. It's uncommon.
Okay.
It's uncommon.
How many halflings are in this joint?
There are 3. There is the performer, and then there are 2 at a small table playing what looks to be like a chess or checkers type game.
Playing games. Okay.
Cathus, I would like to get a perception roll from you as well.
I'd love to give you that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop one of mine.
Use your juice?
as well.
Love it.
Why not?
Ooh,
So let's see. That's
It's a heavy.
hold on.
Yeah. It's,
Dent.
no, it's serious.
Oh, that's gonna be a 16 plus a so it's 18.
Okay. You're drinking from the glass, and as you drain it, you notice a strange inscription through the base of the glass.
this place is like just lousy with like, I don't know.
Those secrets.
No,
I
it's
want to detect magic, but I don't have it.
it's bizarre. The symbology at the base of it has the Acquisitions Incorporated logo, the sigil that adorns all the papers, all the paperwork that you have. It says Acquisitions Incorporated Test Market. All rights reserved.
Is it symmetrical around the? Why conceal this?
Yeah, are you asking me?
No, it's in my head.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I would say I say why conceal.
Test mark.
Can I cast Speak with Animals, talk to this cat?
Yeah.
Assuming it's still spending time with me.
Oh, that's right here.
Okay. I would like to do that.
Okay.
So I got 10 minutes of quality face time with this cat.
Exactly. You're gonna have a positive experience with the cat.
A pause.
Stop.
Positive experience. I want to see this GIF.
Yeah, I love it.
It is.
No. That's
it.
first. Another time and focus on this good cat. Oh, it hurts me.
This Jud cat.
Yeah, animated
A
GIF.
tree to disagree. So I look at this cat and I go, hello, my good feline friend. Tell me about this place. This is a strange place for such a good cat to be in.
The cat says, "This is no way to become friends." And it dodders off through legs, between tables, under chairs, to the edge of the room.
I'm crushed.
You just got big time by a cat.
Yeah.
I did. I kept
Yikes.
It winds its way back with a mouse.
Talk to the mouse.
You're so lucky.
Talk to the mouse.
Oh, in its
You
mouth.
can't talk to dead.
Gotcha.
No, not together. This is not like a folk act that includes a cat and a mouse. This is a gift of meat.
Gift.
Oh my goodness.
Shut up.
So I reach in my pocket for something. But I don't have anything that a
Your own
cat would
mouse.
want.
Yeah, you give him a mouse as well.
Oh, I pull out a feather
Confluence, yeah.
and I do the little twist thing, so it might be like tantalizing for a cat.
Oh, the mouse is dropped.
Great. I make this exchange and I take this dead mouse, just put it in my pocket for later.
Put it in your mouse
I
pouch.
give it a sniff. Oh yeah, the mouse in your pocket. Yeah, so it is in my pocket. And I say, "Thank you, friend."
Thank you. It's
It's just batting.
I'm watching this whole exchange, and nothing about it is striking me as strange.
it's fine.
It's
becoming
wonderful.
a cat.
I'm watching this and everything is strange, and I'm getting more and more irritated because I don't know what's going on.
And I lean over and I say, "You gonna finish that mouse? You bring enough to share?"
Extra mice?
You
deeply
still smell
unsettled.
terrible, don't you?
So
kinda
I
do.
press again with the cat because I only have so many minutes.
Right.
And I say,
Actually, Cat, listen, there's not much time.
"There's not much time."
Just let it pause.
Just holding his little paw.
Come on.
And I say, "Cat," friend, is there anything you can tell me about the strange people who inhabit this place?
I will tell you what I know.
It's gonna be a cat thing, but go ahead.
Whenever I go to the mouse hole, the food place,
It's a good place.
there is always a mouse.
Okay.
I have no complaint.
Well, I'm happy to hear about your pest problem.
Yeah.
Every time. I could get you another mouse now. That would contravene the rules of our friendship. But I could get another mouse very easily.
Let me ask you one more thing. Is it always a different mouse?
I've never considered it. Winds its way over. Winds its way back. Mouse firmly attached to the craw. Drops it out.
Okay. I am now examining both dead mice.
Yeah. So at the bar, let's be very clear
Yeah.
about what's happening here. At the bar, you have a dead, crushed mouse
To just
in each hand.
you're staring at the ceiling.
There's a very distinct
I'm getting hungry by the second.
Yeah.
there's a very distinct brown marking pattern sort of on the haunch
Sure.
on both of them.
Okay. Could I do perception to gain more insight here? Or is that all I need to know?
Yeah, go right
Really,
ahead.
you're really
gonna-
drilling down on these mice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast determine similar mouse.
It's a 7th level warlock ability.
Detect mouse.
Oh no. It was a 13.
Now, Walnut, you actually have advantage.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to use one of Walnut's nuts.
So you're gonna waste advantage on examining
My
a
walnuts.
dead
My
mouse?
walnuts.
I want to use all 3 advantages. We're gonna really dig deep on these mice.
Now, Ryan-
I look in their mouth.
Now, I know that you might be a little newer to D&D, but this is the kind of stuff that you do. When one is presented with 2 potentially identical dead mice, you give it a look.
I'm growing more and more irritated as this happens.
Don't worry.
In real life or
Both.
in the game?
This is D&D,
That's fine.
Kate.
I
This
do
has
wanna
been
use
explained to me.
advantage.
Exactly.
So what do I get? Do I get to roll it again?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. Brown markings.
They're not in the shape of a skull or anything.
No.
They say open the back door.
no.
Like, oh.
But both of these mice are missing the same tooth as well.
Gotcha.
This is just the same
This
ass
is
mouse.
this is incredibly weird.
Yeah.
This is just weird stuff. It's 100% weird stuff. You feel a set of claws on your shoulder. It's nothing strange. It's not like a hellhound or something. It's typical. There's a dragonborn. You see a green dragonborn hand sort of come around your shoulder, and you hear a whisper in your ear.
Okay.
And
What do I hear?
in your own language, you hear a dragonborn woman's voice say, "I have a room in this inn.
Oh.
Do you know why?
Do I know why?
Do you know why?
No, I would like to know why.
Sometimes they say Jim Darkmagic comes here, and I want to be ready."
I heard about that guy.
She just wants to tell him this.
Yeah.
I think you can get it.
Yeah.
I'm Jim Darkmagic.
That's
Why?
me.
That's my thing.
Tis I.
All right. I turn around
Yeah.
and I look, and there's actually a person there, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Just gotta make sure. All the kooky stuff going on in here. And I say, "Look, lady," and I unfurl my little scroll. I was told to be here at noon to meet some dude. And all this weird crap's going on. And I want to know who I have to meet. Here's my nut. And I go like this in her face. And I say, someone tell me what's going on.
The barman rings a bell for last call.
Oh, God.
And I
Okay.
say, hey, what's that supposed to mean? I'm just getting more and more angry.
Code.
Yeah.
How many
Is there
times
more
did you ring
magic
it?
in here?
And
I say,
she is like scooting away from you, like navigating the
yeah.
tables and chairs.
And I
Hurry me
say,
back to the room.
Yeah.
I say, wait, where are you going? Hold on a minute. Wait,
It's, it's fine. And then once she gets to the bottom of the stairs, the rest of it's a run.
Oh.
The halfling that was playing is
Yeah.
no longer here.
Okay.
This place is thinning out big time.
And people are not being replaced because it's closing time.
Yes.
Is that what we can presume?
Closing time
At
at noon?
That's
Yeah.
your guess.
Well,
When they like
something's
change from the
happened.
lunch shift
Yeah.
or something.
No,
Okay.
outside it is much darker than you would think is appropriate for noon.
Rosie's had some pretty, I've had some pretty interesting observations. I'd like to approach the two halflings that are playing the game and have a conversation with them. And I'm going to speak to them in halfling to determine if they're actually halflings or if there's some kind of weird.
How will you do
Fiction.
that? I am fascinated by this attempt.
Okay.
Full of dead mice.
How will you do this? Yeah, it's just a big pile of dead mice.
Mice all the way down.
And then you just keep using rolls to
Oh, yeah.
The grain on the bar.
She'll be here
peculiar
all.
wood.
She'll be here all day.
Well, I speak Draconic, so I
CSI
heard
mice.
that craziness.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That lady said to you. And then I watched those two mice, and they had real similar butts. And
Yeah.
you
Oh,
were
their
like,
butts were crazy.
You're like really into these mice. So
Mice butts.
And this guy's doing whatever he's doing. But
I'm noticing
I've got-
everybody leaving. I'm going,
I've got
Existing.
suspicions. Yeah. So
Filth.
yeah.
I'd like to. I'm going to walk slowly and with a hobble, with my quarterstaff, leaning heavily on it, and come over to these young halflings and ask them in halfling.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Tell me about this game you're playing.
One looks up at you, furrows his brow, and then looks back down to the table.
Okay. There's some. I guess I'm just confirming there's whack shit going on. I don't know what I learned from that. Can I figure out what game they're playing? Is that something that's relevant information for me?
It is not a halfling game. I mean, there's nothing specifically
Okay.
halfling about it. There's nothing to indicate that it is anything
Okay.
in particular.
What game is it?
And it's
game.
It's a,
You're welcome to watch. You're welcome to watch them play for a little while.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm much into games. I'm 120 years old. So
You were a child once.
it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So-
No, you're welcome to watch.
I would like to talk more about the Homeward Star, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
So I found this constellation
Yes.
in the Chandelier.
Yeah, exactly. And this is an important constellation to you.
Okay.
This was the second constellation that your parents taught you.
Oh.
So this
snap.
is like this is a fundamental astronomical piece of information.
Okay.
It's baseline
Yeah.
vital.
Okay.
If you're not able to get home with the first one they taught you,
Mm-hmm.
if it's obscured, this fallback is always available.
So, is that particular constellation something that everyone? It's general knowledge, or is this something that's maybe only my parents taught me?
Like
or-
I say, it'd be hard to know because you were not there for the astronomical instruction that other halfling children receive
Sure.
from their parents.
Right.
But it's a little inside baseball. It's not that, like I say, it's not the first technique you'd learn.
Interesting. Okay. So, Rosie is suspicious as hell. Things are wackadoodle.
Here, can you toss me a
Yeah.
perception real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah, sure.
So they're down here playing. You're up here looking at this, observing it, trying to absorb it.
Okay, that's a 16.
Nice.
They are literally moving the same two pieces back and forth.
Huh. Okay. This is some kind of just magic. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
At this point,
This is just magic.
they fold the board in half
Right.
and begin to leave.
Okay. So, my theory that I'm going to announce to you.
It's
The
Westworld.
only people left.
It's
they're all
literally
robots.
Westworld.
Doesn't look like
They're
anything.
all
Two
these are-
timelines.
Yeah, exactly.
Two
I've been
timelines.
waiting.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
waiting to use it.
Yeah. I think they're all just mouse structures. No, I think all of
Heaps of mice. Heaps of mice and glue.
burlap
So
sacks
that's
full of
Walnut
mice.
tosses the mice.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that all of this is being conjured by someone. I think that these are all hollow constructs, and that we need to get the F out of this in ASAP.
Only someone had
PDQ.
prepared detect magic. What an oversight that was.
Dun dun
Yeah.
dun.
Yeah.
brr.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
you
got
know-
all kinds of
She
magic.
looks
No,
me?
that's
No,
one of
it
the,
was
that's one
Oh,
of the
me
ones I did
too.
not take.
Okay.
We
okay.
both did not do
I know, we both
Oh.
didn't. I could
All right.
detect
Well, I can tell this is going to be a long and fruitful business relationship.
divine
Are we-
sense. I
are
can
we
see if
the
there are any
only
fiends.
ones left?
Yes, and them fiends.
Are we the only ones left?
Walnut. It is you and an increasingly agitated bartender.
I can intimidate this guy.
Yeah, let's find out what's going on.
I'm gonna go shake this guy down.
He's the only one that's not.
Or should I
prepared.
persuade him? Should I go good cop or bad cop? You wanna tag team him?
Hey,
Yes.
it's
All right.
Dungeons and Dragons, motherfucker. How do you want to do it?
All right.
We'll go after. We'll go at
Who's
him.
good cop?
Yeah.
Who's bad cop?
Let's get it. Yeah, we're
We
good.
should decide this ahead of
Work
time.
out. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't,
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want a
Figure out your
I
situation.
go, hey, mouse girl.
You don't want like two lukewarm cops.
Let's go get this guy.
Oh,
Two identical cops.
Hey, mousy.
Hey, we're police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I look up and I see what I see what Dinar is trying to do. And I walk over to the bar with him. I look at the bartender and I go,
Mice still in hand.
mice still in hand. I go, sir,
Huh.
explain these mice. Something's going on with these mice.
They're mice. You were playing with the cat. The cat gets mice. Have you ever seen a cat?
These are the same mice. What do
And
you
then
say
I yell
about
and I say,
that?
hey, buddy,
I'm not a
you tell me
mouse.
what she needs to know or I'm gonna go freaking crazy in here.
I'm not a mouse. I'm not like a mouse expert. I don't spend a
hold
lot
me
of
back. You
time
gotta be the
thinking
good
about
cop here.
mice.
You're like my friend.
I put the mice down on the bar, but I just want him to know they're
Ah.
still there. I just want him to know they're still there. And I look at Dinar and I go, oh, well, let's not scare him. Let's not scare this nice man.
I go, "Ah."
Let us stay here after last call.
Cool off.
Right, yeah.
You know, take a beat, sir. I'm sorry about my friend. Very sorry. But and I cast Charm Person. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a Wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you and companions are fighting it. Just kidding. Doesn't have advantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never.
Okay.
Always hits. Auto hit.
I want to do it.
You,
Auto
ca-
hit.
You win the game?
you cast the spell, and you've cast this spell before. You practiced it in your own enclave. It's an early spell. You may have been taught this spell by your own mother.
She was charming.
There are. When you cast it, you reach toward a mind. You cannot find. You cannot find a mind to manipulate.
The color drains from my face.
I hold the cup I was holding aloft. Cup of the whirl of my cloak, I yelled to the bar, "The jig is up!" And I just wait. And I hope
this is
that
interesting.
I hope that the mastermind reveals it or herself.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay.
And just
Now he is now cowering behind the bar. He's got a bar full of witches. He's got dragons. He's got grandmothers that seem nice, but there's something fucked up about them.
In fact, I'm going
we're the
to.
fucked up
I'm trying
ones.
to climb up and
brain.
examine the chandelier more closely, potentially dangle from it,
What we're screaming at a
because
bartender.
Yeah.
because that is the directive that I've been
We're
given.
throwing dead animals at him.
You reach up and try to hang on. So hold on a second. So you've been given a chandelier-oriented directive
Correct.
from Patrick Rothfuss,
Correct.
who plays Viari.
Correct.
Okay, so I should never have put any chandeliers in here.
Yeah. No.
I thought that was
I know that
Yeah.
was.
So his chandelier disease
it's a
Is
common
dangerous.
fixture.
Yeah.
is now spreading.
Incepted.
I don't have control over these things. That's just how it is.
That's fine. You
You're at the name of the wind.
you get up on top of the table, do a quick jump, grab it, and it collapses on you.
Okay.
You're dead.
No, you're not. You're not dead.
Nice knowing you.
You take 3 points of damage and you're covered with hot wax.
Nice.
Thanks, Patrick
Yeah.
Rothfuss.
Yeah, Patrick Rothfuss, you want to
Motherfucker.
fuck with my game?
That's funny.
Only torment awaits you.
And I'm covered in hot wax. Jeez.
Yeah, now you're all waxy.
Is it beeswax?
Yeah.
Now you look at the ground. Does it form a new constellation?
No.
It prov-
No, some Dan
The
Brown
wax
shit.
spells a message.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. The bartender says, "I can provide you with rooms tomorrow. It's closed. We're closed now.
And I say,
We're closed."
Dinar, wouldn't it be great if we had rooms tonight?
and I just pick up a stool and I throw it over his head. It smashes above his head. I say, "Be great!"
Oh my God.
So I intimidate
violent.
people. I don't know how to intimidate someone.
You could use the
roll to
mechanics of
Is
the
this
game.
working? No,
in
it's
order to-
better this way.
All right. Well,
Can I try to intimidate? Now that
Start
I'm all
whipping the
waxed?
dead mice around.
I've got some intimidation. I could just ask him really nicely, but like scary, you know? Is that
Right. He makes a break for the door.
okay? I'm next to the door.
It's true.
I'm gonna stop him.
Yeah, exactly. So let's have a contested roll.
Okay, what is that? Tell me.
That is going to be you and me. It's going to be him trying to get out and you trying to grab him.
Okay.
So for you, that's going to be a strength test
Okay.
against my dexterity test, and I am going to give you disadvantage on your roll.
You are a turd.
punitive.
I'm the worst.
Okay. That's a 9. Sorry.
I have another.
I was gonna say you could burn one. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
burn
can enjoy
'em.
an advantage.
Can I?
Not on this
does it
one.
kill it?
No.
Oh, because
I can't go
you
against.
No.
Yeah, we
It's
can't
not. It's
do
not. It's not
battling.
going to work like
Okay,
that.
Well, then
so
I
it's
don't
gonna
like
be
this.
A 9
Yeah, it's garbage.
9 plus 2. No. I got a 9. 9.
Okay, I have a 14. So he's under the bar, and then he is crawling out from the side of the bar, and then he is pushing his way out of the door. You reach, you grab the hem of his shirt, tear a little bit of it off. He pushes open the door, and it is solid black, and he disappears into it.
Delightful.
I did get a little bit of shirt though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
smell it.
yeah.
You can't leave.
I say,
You can try.
I watch as it happens, and I say, computer, end program.
It doesn't.
That doesn't work.
No.
Nothing
So
happens.
okay, what I actually
try.
say
That's not
is, I
Yeah,
think this.
you can examine all this stuff.
I think this is a new kind of franchising opportunity. I think this is a pop-up inn
Yeah.
that is solely magic. And
Go on.
I think we have to fight the dragon woman for the last round.
Is the whole town
No,
fake or
you
just this
feel-
building?
You feel a cold wind blow in from the door.
Okay. Go look at it.
It's true. May I try? I'm
Yeah,
gonna peek out.
absolutely.
Yeah, you love the darkness.
I love dark,
You have dark vision.
and I love magic. Yeah, I have very good dark vision.
all got dark
It's
I hate the dark and I
Yeah,
hate magic.
so,
120 feet.
dang.
What does that get me? Nothing.
Spicy.
Still right at the door.
It is. I mean, you're welcome to examine it with your skills and spells, and
Oh, I will. Let me play Arcana.
Get witchy.
yeah, get witchy with it.
Me, take that. And I'm gonna hang on to that.
You can.
Let's see how I do
It's up to
without.
you.
These are like potions in RPGs.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to use.
Yeah, but don't be
Save it.
so, don't be so afraid. They've given you 2. Don't be afraid.
Ah, this magic is clouding. If it is magic, the darkness. I got a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not. It is not a door in the classic sense, but it is not solid.
Oh, then I proceed. I'm going to exit this establishment.
As you walk through, you feel another cold snap. You feel that pressure change on your inner ear. Give me a perception roll.
Now I am gonna take it. Yeah, I'm gonna want that. That was an 8.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah. Add
Hold
up,
up.
add up your perception. Add up your steps.
14.
You walk through, and you enter what appears to be the Drawn Courtier, except there is no one in it on this side. And in your pocket, you feel that the acorn is gone.
Upside down.
I see. What do I see the other direction?
You see a solid wall.
Oh, okay.
So we have no idea if this works.
Bye.
We assume you died.
Can I bang on it and go, I got it. I figured it out.
You hear the sound of like a distant drum
Well, he's dying.
from the door.
He's being consumed.
That's his death rattle.
That's his death
Yeah.
rattle.
Yeah.
That's it. That's his heart.
Yeah.
He's dying now.
I'm not very attached to him.
How could you be?
Yeah.
I don't.
Although there's nothing left in this room for us, right?
Yeah.
Well, but also he came with an acorn.
That's true, and he wasn't made of total magic bullshit. So
So you're assuming that maybe out there's a free acorn
Yeah.
that I dropped that I
Yeah,
disintegrated.
exactly. Oh,
so that
man.
means that there's another 25%
You could
for
add-
Walnut.
That's exactly right. We're
Yeah.
talking about a
make that
50%
paper,
stake.
girl.
Nice.
And I say, but I don't say that out loud. What I say
Yeah.
is, I say, we should, in all good conscience, go help our fellow acorn-adorned friend in whatever trouble he may
Our
be
fellow
going through
acorn
right now.
enthusiast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fellow nut enthusiast. No, I love him.
Nut fans, unite.
And then I look at Dinar and I go, big guy,
Oh.
want the
Oh.
honor of the first step here?
I don't like this magic stuff.
I know, nobody does. Nobody does.
No one's a fan.
All right. I say fine. I gotta get the hell out of here. So I step through.
Okay.
You bump into Cathus.
Buddy, I got no more money for you.
Everywhere again?
This is becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I motion to
look around.
Rosie and I go, after you.
Sure thing.
And then I go through.
You pop through it. Now, there is literally no room. It is you and then Dinar and then Cathus in a kind of conscious brick that is accreted
Did we
like a pearl on the inside of the door.
I was gonna say, did we like telefrag each other?
Yeah, no,
Like, are we within?
no, there's
Clipping
nothing
into
like
each
that.
other.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that.
Okay.
Are our nuts gone?
Your nuts are gone.
Okay. Get over here and your nut will be gone.
No, they're all in.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
all
you're
here.
the last one. Or no, wait. You
all in.
all
We're all
were
in.
in. Yeah,
All
you all
in.
followed.
Right.
Hey,
Okay.
nuts are gone.
Yeah.
Disgruntled about this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, this version of the inn that you see, this version of the Drone and Courtier, looks identical to the existing one. There's simply no revelers, no bartender.
Is the chandelier on the ground?
No. The chandelier has been replaced. It is the homeward. It is the homeward
Homeward
star.
I wrote that down.
The candle. Nice. You're Dungeons and Dragons.
I did
Got
it.
it.
I did it, guys.
Got it.
The
Homework
candle. The
done.
candle nearest the door is guttering.
Guttering
just
again?
just as the last one did.
What about the cat? Are you anywhere?
I love time.
Mouse count?
Is it-
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
How many
Quick
dead
mouse
mice?
count. Yeah.
Mouse situation.
Not enough dead mice.
No, exactly. Exactly. No, it's not for me. We're gonna go back to the other place. They had
on the wall.
no, because it's a situation where it's like in this, like if you go to Red Robin, there's like
Dead mice in your food?
well, no, that's rare. No, but it's like bottomless fries. It's like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like bottomless mice.
Yeah.
And that was great times. Obviously, if you're a
Oh,
cat, that's a
yeah.
great situation for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I understand that.
So the cat existed somehow outside of the time loop, it sounds like?
We're not confirmed
Or
it's a
the-
time loop.
yeah.
I just said time loop because I love time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Time loop.
another dimension.
Listen, there's
Another
there's plenty of
dimension.
Oh, I know.
opportunities
Another
for us
dimension.
to execute some time loop scenarios,
I do love it.
right?
I'm assuming I lost the glass.
There's no glass.
My keepsake.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like
the
it's
juice
like
tumbler.
Well, no, it comes with every drink. Obviously, you
Yeah.
get the you get the novel glass. So this as I've said, this place is identical except it is empty of life.
And we're not being. Why did we bump all into each other?
I raise my empty hand a lot. I say, the jig is up.
You know, there might
trying
be
it.
Yeah.
rooms in this one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no one's here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet they've
Can we
got
just
some
loudly
empty
ask if
rooms.
anyone's there? Say,
would
hello,
love-
anyone here? Hello?
No, it just bounces back off of the wood panels.
Well, we can't
Yeah,
keep out
no,
this
you can
forever.
you can explore. You can
Can we go over to the front door of this place?
play Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons. The only distinction
Yeah.
between this inn and the last one is that where the door was is completely flat.
Pat Rothfuss has texted me again. And
What does he
said-
say now? More bullshit?
He said-
Listen, I can hurt
Do
you.
the opposite
I've
of
got,
what he said,
I've,
yeah.
I've got 2 disadvantage.
He says, obviously, it's this chandelier that is the one we need to swing on.
Listen,
like a fetish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. This is
kick
this
time,
is
climb,
this is
climb up.
Chandelerianism.
Listen,
So what is the exact layout of this room? So it's a tavern, a
Tavern.
bar,
Exactly.
Tables all around the
in
place,
front,
fireplace.
exactly. Fireplace on the right.
stairs, loft.
Yeah, exactly. Stairs over to the right. So over on your right, cauldron chairs,
Yep.
fireplace.
Yeah.
There is no painting of Jim Darkmagic in this version.
what?
Up the stairs, you can see that there's an upper landing that has sort of a half circle of rooms that goes around the top.
And doors. I'm gonna head up there.
I would love to follow.
I want to go check out them doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me more. So
How many doors? are there?
around this arc, we have a total of 8 doors.
8 doors. I say, hey.
Is that an auspicious number? Should you write it
Yeah.
down?
Oh, whoa. Hey,
No,
eight
just
doors.
Nobody write it. Nobody write it.
One for
Divided by
every
4
door.
means that, I don't know. Amy, roll.
Can't do this under
Bees
pressure.
have 2 wings.
Roll for the right math. Roll
All
for
right.
8 minus 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else coming up there with me?
Yes.
I'm just gonna,
Yeah,
me and you?
Walnut's ready to go.
All right.
Let's stick together.
Let's
we didn't do
check
any-
out these
Don't
doors.
split the party. I'm
Let's
with
split
y'all.
the party.
I'm with y'all.
Yeah, split the party
Yeah, exactly.
first.
Definitely. Yeah, you
I
know,
say,
what they
specifically
say.
say, don't follow me.
you know
don't
about
wanna see what I'm gonna do.
Dungeons and Dragons. Definitely don't all do the same thing. Don't stack damage on enemies. You know,
Don't
definitely
buff
don't
each
do that.
other.
Yeah. So
Buff each
please.
other. Go ahead.
Um,
You're leading this charge.
Yeah.
I open the first door.
Okay. So you reach down.
The very first door at the top of the steps. Yeah.
You see him reach for the handle, and as he does so, the handle opens slightly, and you can see a ring of sharp teeth that clamps down
Oh.
on Dinar's hand, and you see the entire door flop forward. Like imagine like a big, thick, like fruit roll up.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that the flesh of the door
Goes on.
just grabs him like this, and then begins to sort of roll him around near the top of the stairs. Let's get some initiative going,
Yes. Gonna fight some doors.
So
ladies and gents.
So wanted to. Should have
I'm
cast.
excited
something.
by that door.
Yeah, that's a.
Did you add your Oh.
Yeah.
You add your negative modifier.
Yeah.
You add your negative modifier.
8.
All right, you got 8.
You ain't last.
Walnut got a 10.
Okay.
I'm not last.
Rosie's 15.
In keeping with my enjoying watching others die,
Yeah.
I have 5.
Yeah. Believe it or not, this creature.
Which also has vampire teeth.
Yeah. This creature goes last. Even though he had a great job sneaking up.
I love this. This is so helpful.
Yeah. This is old school. This is how we do it.
This is good.
All right, Rosie. So you are on the lower part of the landing, I assume. You see this slab, this like curtain of flesh, just slam down on Dinar, bring him to the ground, and start rolling him around.
Okay. Am I within striking distance?
You can get there. You can get there however you like. There's a railing that goes up.
Chandelier.
Is there a chandelier?
There's a chandelier.
Don't do the chandelier.
Don't do
it.
It's gonna eat
Don't let
me.
that be your
Don't do
friend.
it.
Everything in here is that thing.
Yeah, that's true. Don't touch anything.
Yeah,
Rule
everything.
number 1, I yell from there. Nobody
Don't
touch
touch anything!
I
The
put,
doors are full
Pay
of
for
rolls.
it.
I put my hand on the least mouse-like part of the chandelier so that I may find no one.
I do a perception check for teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a railing, and...
Exactly. Railing, staircase.
Okay. I believe that I am going to climb the railing like a tiny little monkey.
Just like straight up.
Surprisingly dexterous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
shockingly so.
surprised. I'm not
You're not.
surprised in the least.
But you guys
yeah.
are.
Yeah. You're like, hey,
Right.
this isn't your grandma's
You're
grandma.
like,
Yeah.
you're like, hey, look at that granny go.
She's so spry.
That must
She-
be some kind of railing.
God damn. Wow.
Yeah. Just attribute everything to what's around it. Yeah. Like, wow, it's got to be the shoes.
Yeah.
You got him
and
pumped up.
to get within striking distance of this fruit roll-up door. And can I also make an attack, or is that my whole action for the?
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
You can move there.
Move and
You can
attack.
move there, and you can attack.
Okay.
But he is
Say, don't
currently
punch me.
he is currently sort of wrapped up in this, almost amorphous
Let him have it.
grabber.
Right.
So some of
that door.
that may come through onto your new friend. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. The amorphous grabber. I'm gonna try to strike the non-dragon part of whatever this blob is.
I'm gonna strike the least draconic part.
Yeah.
I
Whatever
appreciate that.
looks
That's
least draconic
that
to
is
me.
appreciated by me.
I want to register my satisfaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
cheer you on.
I will not be doing you that kindness.
I got a
Jeez.
24.
Mamma mia.
Yeah,
think
that's real good. That's real
Yeah.
good. Hit it.
Okay. So then I got a D8.
Which one are you doing?
I'm gonna do. Well, I'm
Just
doing.
quarterstaff?
You know, whack it with the
I'm
quarterstaff.
whacking it with my. I get up there with my quarterstaff, and I'm just gonna go pa
Yeah.
right in it, which
Just
is
with the
a
back.
7. And then also because I am fluent in martial arts.
Yeah, yeah. In the martial
language
In the
of
martial,
the quarterstaff.
yes, in the language of the quarterstaff.
the
As
dialectic.
a bonus action, I can
Yeah.
take an unarmed strike.
Ooh.
And
nice.
in addition to that, I'm just gonna go. Let's just go all in, folks.
I'm glad I'm getting a chance to show off my incompetence of grabbing doors.
I can
I asked
also-
for this.
I'm gonna spend a key point and
Oh.
engage my flurry of blows, which means that I can go pa with the quarterstaff, and then with my 2 little feet go chop chop.
Oh,
with the
nice.
feet?
Like a
Yeah,
cat.
yeah, yeah.
foot
It's a foot
chop?
chop. It's a foot chop.
Oh.
It's a
That's how you know she's
It's
good.
a monk thing.
That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
bad.
yeah. You wouldn't know about it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah.
Joke.
It's a
Your
big
little
deal.
Toes bend like that.
So that's a 6 and
Jeez.
a 5. So
Wow.
total of
You're dead.
18.
18. Okay.
So
on all the non-dragony parts.
Yeah.
Bru-
Are you
I'm
gonna
not.
drink?
I haven't
many
like
gin
been
and
sort of
tonics.
breathing hard. I'm just like chop chop chop. I'm just like waiting to see
Right,
what
you do it with the
Surgical
same
precision.
The same
Yeah,
motion
exactly.
that you use to climb the banister. It just rolls immediately into those moves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're indistinguishable.
It's one thing. I mean,
Yeah.
all 3 of these hits is like within a second and a half,
Right.
right? Absolutely. That is an incredible debut from this dangerous grandmother. Next up is Walnut Dung Grass.
It's not dead yet.
No.
So.
Got a good grip.
Hoo-boo-booey. What do I want to do?
Hoobabooey is a great battle cry.
Yeah, yeah,
by the way.
yeah. Write it down. Obviously, we're still building the brand.
It's
You
on
know.
all the shirts. Yeah.
Yep, gotta get those slogans.
I
Hoo-boo-booey.
would like to, just because I don't feel comfortable in my ability to like pull you out of this. This happens right in front of me, and I look at this like so much is happening right now. So I would like to touch Dinar and use bark skin. So I touch a willing creature. We'll just
He's willing.
assume.
Yeah.
You reach in.
Who's touching me? I don't agree to this.
His foot.
No touch.
Just real quick. Until the spell ends, target's skin has a rough bark-like appearance, so scales, and the target's AC can't be less than 16, regardless of what kind of armor it's wearing.
Nice.
Oh wow.
The bark sloughs off with a
I think
gnash
that
of the
maybe doesn't
teeth.
do anything for you.
My AC is 18.
Well,
Okay, so if
then you
someone,
look like
just- I
bark.
love
so
bark.
if exactly,
It's favorite
I look like Bark wearing stronger armor than Bark.
yeah, exactly.
Hideous.
he
and you're
bec-
getting eaten by a door.
So he becomes. So
Hey, nobody look at me!
so here's what happens.
Thank you.
You are a young druid, and sometimes you get excited.
It happens to a lot
Yeah,
of people.
exactly. Happens to a lot. So you confer upon Dinar an effect that makes his flesh like armor inside of his armor, which is also armor.
I'm gonna give you 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
I loved it.
And then I would like to use my move action to just
To be ashamed.
back up and ashamed a little bit.
Okay.
I just start turning to Bark and say, "What's happening?
Why?
Is this the door? Is the door doing this?"
You don't even know.
Flanking.
You don't even know. All right. Dinar Blitzen, welcome to your very
Yeah.
first ever combat
Where I was
in
eaten by-
Dungeons and Dragons.
The one where I died via door.
That's right.
Well, you didn't have
Door
to
is
grab it.
Yeah.
No, it's like this.
I didn't have to
yeah.
grab a door.
You fucked up.
I'm gonna
That-
slow every game down from
that-
now on, where I meticulously check to make sure it's not a
That's
monster.
the game.
That's what
Game.
people do.
That's Dungeons
that's
and
okay.
Dragons.
No, no.
That
It's like-
knob was its genitals.
It's like this. Yeah,
And
exactly.
Bite
it's
you
so
too.
angry.
No,
so
no. It's-
perturbed
no,
with
it's
this
not
room.
angry. Like that is a
it's
positive
excited.
experience.
Oh, this is a mating
You're gonna have to
ritual.
marry this
Oh,
door.
well, I'm okay with that.
As-
That was a
and-
tough-
It wasn't the grasp, it was
What's
a turn.
the dowry
No,
like
no,
for a door?
so you marry.
Dowry?
It's just hinges. It's easy. Like this
Kyle.
is this is a,
Skeleton key.
it's
Yeah.
a huge time saver for you.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's like if you were to try to marry a dragonborn woman,
yeah,
very complicated.
yeah.
no,
You
no.
don't want to go through that.
No,
Plus,
it's a huge. It's
Good news,
awful.
you carry the door over the threshold, that's your door.
There it is.
in your house.
Just install it.
It's just done.
Carry a
Yeah.
door through a door.
It's a great door.
Is this
That
a
is a
bit,
good-
or is this guy marrying a door?
No, exactly. So
Fast forward.
That's Dungeons and Dragons.
as your basic action for this turn,
Yeah.
you can marry this. No.
Roll to propose.
No, exactly.
right.
Okay. So no, your charisma is very high. The fact of the matter is,
It
you can
is.
probably fucking marry a door, and no one would bat an eye. So Dinar,
I can officiate.
no, she's ready to go.
Yeah.
Dinar, Blitzen, you are grappled by this door. Well, it's more of a liquid creature now,
A
right?
fruit leather door.
Exactly. So a grappled creature's speed becomes 0. You can't really move around.
Okay.
You can't get bonuses to your speed. But basically, you need to use your own strength to sort of peel. Again, the fruit roll-up metaphor is continuing to be strong.
It's quite the sticky situation.
God,
So-
we
so
can't
you-
hear you.
so
We're-
pe-
we're-
so
you're
peel it
covered
off.
I
in-
say it to the door.
It's to himself.
The door hears me.
The door chuckles.
It loves me more.
Move. So your beak is just like
Yeah.
rasping against
I'm
the
just
inside of this
saying,
thing. It's
tons of funny shit, and this
Yeah.
door is loving it.
All my good materials getting absorbed by this damn door.
absorbed. Here.
it.
So before you can
Make a note to see it later.
But before you can do much, you want to get the fuck away from this door.
Yes, I do. I
Right.
wanna
So there's a
withdraw
couple
myself.
things. Checks this specific type of creature is extra hard to escape. You get disadvantage trying to get away from it.
Okay.
But you could very easily leverage your advantage to make it a straight roll.
Yeah, I will do such a
Now,
thing.
now is this the sort of thing that systemically
yes.
brings you around?
Now, what do I have to do to? What am I rolling? Strength.
Exactly. So this is basically an ability check.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're looking for a DC 13. Here's your strength.
Yep. 16 with a
Exactly.
+3 modifier.
Exactly. So you roll a dice, you get a +3. These are good times.
See what you get.
What am I rolling? D20.
Oh yeah. D20.
Yeah, we love it.
Most of the if I ever ask you for a check,
11.
no.
No.
If I ever ask you for a check,
Yeah, so it's 20.
that
All right.
grab that.
I got
20.
another one. Can I do it again?
No,
If I
not right now. So that's your action for this turn is trying
You
to get
remain
the fuck
adding
away
on
from
this
this thing.
You got to add a bunch of stuff to that,
Of the door.
right?
Wait, yeah,
You got to add all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
14.
Yeah, 14 is one over what you need. So that's so you sort of reach inside, you push out just far enough, and then you just remove it like a heavy cloak.
Yeah.
You just peel it off and like snap it like a towel.
Yeah.
And throw it a few feet down the hall, and then stand up like it's cool.
And then I say, that was a sticky situation.
I've been saying it the whole time.
Yeah. Guys.
No,
Did you see that?
I'm like,
I
I
love
heard
it.
it.
I love the
I
joke.
heard it like there's 3 times you said it.
I
And
didn't-
you like intonated differently each time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just workshopping it.
Yeah.
You heard it 'cause
Exactly.
of your excellent
Exactly.
hearing.
Well,
And then I make a point
I
to
had
thank
a dark
Rosie,
feeling.
Yeah.
and
It's a
I
bonus
look
action.
at Walnut, and I just don't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't admonish, I don't
butterfly?
thank,
Just a long.
and I just scratch my
stare.
barky skin.
yeah, it's just neutral.
Yeah.
It's like birch. It's just
Yeah.
you're peeling off sheets of it.
Yeah.
All right, Cathus.
Foliating, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You're
welcome.
You're revealing skin's freshest layer. All right.
All right, I'm
Take it
gonna-
away, Cathus.
I'm gonna nail this door. Now I'm gonna take aim at all the other doors. Show them a lesson. We're gonna no
You're gonna
shit
speed it
from
up.
you.
It's for the rest of
7
your
a.m.
doors.
Oh,
All
there's
right,
7
no.
other doors.
I am gonna.
So where are you physically in this scenario? Because you and Rosie were sort of down on the lower landing.
Okay, yeah. I take my time carefully up the stairs, although I am dexterous. No need to put myself out.
Not a showboater.
So that puts me, I guess, furthest in the back. No, you advanced on this thing. You were basically on top of it. Okay. Where are the 2 of you? Yeah, so down the hallway, we're now situated here.
half
and then-
circle,
and they've been thrown.
Up the stairs. They are farther up. They're about in the middle of this ring here. She has already approached and has interacted with these creatures.
Okay.
But it is now a couple feet past them around this ring.
All right. I just want to get close enough to get line of sight, so
Yeah.
I can Eldritch blast them. So let's do that.
So you want to blast them in an eldritch way.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the preferred method of my people.
Now, how does that work? So your focus is this chunk of this
Right.
altar that you carved out.
I reach into my cloak and thank the gods. I still have it. I didn't take that over my acorn.
That's
I
right.
forgot that.
Which gods do you think?
Oh, I only say that as a nicety. I only believe in the real, actual one, the darkest sub
Say it
one.
as a nicety.
Yeah, people
sure he
say,
loves that.
"Oh, you atheist?"
I'm sure the one
Why'd you
true
say
guy-
"Thank God"? Because everybody says it's part of our language. I give it a little mwah, mwah kiss as is traditional.
Exactly.
That I discovered enhances its power.
Yeah, exactly. A moistening.
Yeah. It requires saliva
Wet.
to function. And then I lower one arm at this flopping thing.
I'm so transported.
Do you know about numbers?
That's nothing. No, that's pretty
bring
good.
in your shitty long
That's
game.
going to be a 15.
To my
Yep,
table.
yep. So these razor sharp bursts of eldritch power leap out of the stone. What kind of damage are we talking about, Cathus Draub?
We're talking about a tender, choice, juicy 1d10. It's like a filet mignon.
Roll a
Yeah,
10.
exactly.
Junior. A 4.
Here.
A 4.
Oh, just 4 damage, huh?
Just 4.
Yep.
They don't do so much at level 3.
It impacts this sort of meaty shroud, but is largely absorbed by the creature. Next up, this beast begins to slither and writhe along the ground. And next, it's going to leap up onto Walnut dung grass.
Okay, cool. Learned my lesson
Yeah.
about being squishy.
Right. So as it comes up, you can see the mass sort of slithering toward you. It sort of grows in height the closer it gets, never quite becoming humanoid.
Okay.
But it's surprising because as it approaches, a pseudopod lashes out from an unexpected arc.
Great.
It has no shape of any kind.
Okay. That's how I like my pseudopods.
Yeah, I like my pseudopods like I like my other things. Yeah, amorphous.
Yeah. My ears perk up.
Yeah. Huh? 9, I assume, is not your.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I dusted off.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice try.
Yeah, it tries. You just easily come underneath it. We're back onto Rosie B. Stinger.
Okay.
So Rosie B. Stinger has been the greatest contributor of damage thus far in this scenario.
It's not too late.
Yeah.
Okay. Rosie she has followed this thing as it has slithered across the floor. She's got
Just tracking it.
yeah.
just like
she's
the
just
rod
like,
out.
Just move. Just try something right now. Yeah, she's got her stick out, and she's waiting for everybody else to do their thing. And then she's just gonna go at it again. She's got no trust for this thing. It went after her dragon friend who bought her a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
And she's just like, if there's one thing in this life that you can trust, it's someone who buys you a goddamn drink. So that's why she is all about.
She's about it.
ridding the world
Wise
of this.
beyond her years.
this
Yeah.
animal.
friend.
The-
Well,
okay.
pretty
Not
old.
beyond. Right.
Why is that exactly the right amount for her age? So you come up, classic technique.
Yeah.
You've known this for 80 years.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Yeah.
like breathing. It's like water. And it's going to be that's an 11 to attack.
Quite like breathing.
So you can see that it's lashed out with its
was breathing.
pseudopod at
Yeah.
Walnut.
Yeah.
You time your strike perfectly, and as immediately as you put it through, it makes a void.
The void.
It goes through. You
What's that?
withdraw it.
Okay. Then I don't know that I can do much about that. I can take a bonus action of kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should
as
always.
I always do.
Yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Let's have kicking be your thing. Because
Yeah.
it's like everybody has to have a thing. Like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
your thing will be kicking monsters.
Are we doing
Yeah.
things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Everybody
thing's
work
definitely-
out their thing.
Choose your
Yeah.
thing.
So
No, when I come to your
spit
turn,
acid.
you better have your thing worked out.
Okay.
it creates that void, and I'm like, oh yeah, you think you can? You can't do it twice. You can't do it in 2 places. Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong thing.
You get excited about the damage. You're like, I wonder.
I just
roll
already
damage.
did it.
Here,
Yeah,
no, real quick. Don't forget. So next time, on an attack, people watching the show, they want you to
Yeah.
succeed.
Sorry. Yes.
Anyway.
I'm very.
Yeah,
I'm
wow.
in it. I'm
But
in
that-
that. I'm in that place.
But that connects.
Oh yeah, that's a 21.
That's a gruesome hit.
Okay, and that is going to be a 5 damage
Indeed.
with my little granny.
So so from your perspective, this looks completely planned. She's fired the quarterstaff in. It's made the space, and it's thickened it over here for the direct, like the blade kick right along the side of the foot. More damage from Rosie. Now it's back to Walnut on grass.
The situation is unbearable.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's happening!
So I use wild shape to turn myself into a brown bear.
I thought you were gonna say dire wolf.
No, there's different puns for every thing.
Now we worked this out. There's
Yes.
cool phrases for each beast, right?
Yes.
Unbearable. Love it. What's next?
Okay, so I can start out by giving it a chomp, giving it a bite.
Yeah. So you become a bear.
Oh, sorry. I am now a brown bear.
Yeah.
Is there any like pomp and circumstance to it, or are you just like 1 minute it's like a blink, like I'm just a bear now?
Just like, I mean, she,
Like a
she looks
transformation?
angry and then she like hulks out. Yeah, there's a cutscene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is theater of the mind. Like,
Role play this shit.
It's,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, it's
Right
an
now.
altered beast.
Yeah.
No, it's the thing. No, the positive.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like
it's always the close-up shot of the hand, like
yeah,
getting
yeah,
all
the
gross.
bones
reforming.
all the hair.
An American bear.
American werewolf.
Paris.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's
American
cracking.
werewolf.
It sounds like Walnut
American
on grass
werewolf.
is just cracking her knuckles.
Yeah,
It sounds like she's just cracking her knuckles, but she is transformed into a gigantic,
thousands of knuckles.
starving bear.
I would also
Starving ass bear.
starving ass bear. I want to do a bite, but I don't want to mess around because I really want to redeem myself because Walnut and maybe the human playing Walnut are very embarrassed about that first attack.
Hey, worse things have happened. So you're
Yeah.
saying you want to dump one of your
I
dice
want
into there?
I want to dump.
Absolutely.
dump one of my
Yeah,
special
so here-
dice.
so
Thanks, guys.
so 2 rolls and
Okay.
choose your best.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Okay, 11,
Embarrassed about? Right.
I say that really loud. So
7. Okay, so with an 11, plus I get a plus 6.
Yeah, 17.
So 17.
Yeah. So this is the bite. Yeah. So you transform,
bite.
and then you lope down on
Okay.
right down the middle. I mean, you guys have to make way. There's not enough room for you guys and this bear.
you don't just make curds.
No.
I just let her go over me.
Make way.
Yeah, exactly. You see-
Fury jokes. Love it.
and then you close your jaws down around the thickest part of this thing.
I sure do. We'll see how much it hurts.
Jeez.
Yep,
Oh.
plus 4, so 11.
That's tangy.
But because I'm a bear, a special thing about bears.
You know what? There's something special
Hold
about
on,
bears,
hold
y'all.
up, everyone. Bear facts.
Nature facts time. Bears have multi-attack, so I also get to get them with my claws.
I get to roll for each tooth. bang, 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 bang.
It's gonna be a long night, folks. Okay, so I get to do the claws now. Ooh,
Whoa.
19.
Dang.
Which actually would be a 25, but
Who cares?
it's fine. I don't want to show.
Yeah. We're not comparing numbers,
Bears
obviously.
can't count.
Can't smell. That's not gonna help me here. Okay, so I get to do 2d6 plus 4 of slashing. So that's 3 and 4, so 7.
We're at 18 total.
Rosie's impressed.
Bears got some crazy stats.
Right. So you have grabbed it, and then as those jaws clamp down, it's trying to do its shit. You know, it has a canned response when it has been seized. You know what I mean? It's trying to flow out, and the jaw is just right down on it. And then you take that opportunity while it's there, pinned down, just to shred whatever its midsection equivalent would be.
Sure. The goop.
It has begun to weep a black fluid.
My favorite.
Yeah, so flavorful. Dinar.
This thing's not dead yet. All right, so is it in her mouth?
Right now it is,
All right.
but it's
Yes,
it's
taking its
slowly
time,
flowing out.
Too.
Yeah. I don't know. If I go at it, am I gonna hit her?
Who cares?
No, this is not that
I
type of
made you
situation.
Okay. All right. Then I'll go at it with my greatsword.
Let's see it.
All right. So
That's going to be D20 for you.
yeah. +5 on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
15.
15. Yep, that connects. Let's see some damage.
6 plus 3.
Ho ho.
2d6 plus 3 slashing.
You got it.
Oh yeah. This thing is so slashable.
13.
Jeez.
Ooh,
That's some sword.
that's a big hit.
Wow, that is.
That's a great sword.
Thanks.
That is exactly. That is exactly its level of hit
Hey,
points.
What's
killed
the
it.
line that you say when you kill it?
Oh,
You gotta say something cool.
Do you have a great sword line?
A greatsword line? I thought I needed a door line.
Whatever.
Oh, I don't know. I got nothing.
This-
I panic, and I start weeping. Is it dead? Oh no! And I feel real guilty because like we had something for a minute,
right.
I was halfway to marrying the thing.
I'm my door wife.
Oh, no.
So
I adore you.
so it's tears.
Yeah.
So basically, it's as soon as it's trying to get away from this grip and these claws, it tries to slide away. You slice it like a cake. The two halves try to go their disparate ways. They are not able to. A foot or so away in each case, they just stop and then reduce into puddles. It is at this time that two of the cauldron chairs began to lope their way up the stairs.
Beauty and the Beast in here?
God,
This is Beauty and the motherfucking Beast, y'all. So they are on their way up right now. And if I understand this situation correctly,
This Fantasia.
yeah, exactly.
Are they coming to help?
No, you're not their guest. We have Dinar, Walnut, Rosie, and then Cathus.
I'm in the back.
You are in the back, and that's great.
And I'm presenting
Yeah, exactly.
for these cauldrons. Here they come.
No. So you just hear the ringing of the heavy metal
Of the shell.
of the shell, and you see the legs of the stools, just running up. You see two of them skittering up the stairs behind you, and they are coming to get you. Let's see. Let's see what we're talking about in terms of your armor.
You're
13.
gonna love it. Oh, it's a push. So yeah.
Oh, I love it. This is great news.
Bites me right on the tail. Do dry have tails?
Exactly. No. So before pseudopods were whipping out, this you see it come up, and then you see around the base and bowl of the cauldron, you see the teeth emerge,
Oh, the whole seat becomes the mouth.
and then it sort of jumps and tries to catch you in midair. They are starving. They think that,
Some of that sweet drow.
oh yeah, they have heard about it, and this is a bucket list item for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get it because they're
It's a
bucket
delicacy.
seats.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a choice meat.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's so good.
High grade.
Maybe I
not-
shouldn't have yelled at the bartender.
That's 9 points.
Rancher's Reserve. All right.
Ooh, 9 points.
Yeah.
I yell out an apology for yelling at the bartender earlier.
It was
I say,
wrong.
was it? I'm sorry.
It was wrong. The whole thing was
we talk
wrong.
about our feelings.
Does anything happen?
Oh yeah, he gets his ass.
It
He gets his
hurts-
ass,
hurts
me a
It
lot.
bites you harder.
he gets his ass bit. What kind of hit points? What
It
kind of hit
detects the
points you got
weakness
left
of the
over there?
apology.
It takes me to 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Rosie says that's a big mouse.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of mouth, but there's another one coming. Yeah. That's even higher.
Oh
Yikers.
no. Oh, but it doesn't beat my armor class though.
No, it does. It really, really
I have
does.
armor class of 13 and then 15 and up.
You're-
So you gotta roll.
oh,
14.
it's a range. Nice.
gotta
No,
roll
it doesn't
14.
work that way. Warlock.
That'd be great.
That is another 7 points.
Oh, mamma mia. It's not looking good.
No. And then we
For your
move right
friend.
back up to the top for Rosie.
Okay.
So the situation has been altered substantially.
Yeah.
The one that you were striking cleverly was a large floppy thing, and these are smaller, more agile cauldron beasts.
Yeah. And right now I'm like pressed up against a wall, bleeding my own blood. That's just that's now painting.
This is new.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is a new,
A new
sensation.
sensation for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't help you. You're
Fuck
on-
you.
Yep. Fuck you, says
I
Granny.
turn my attention. I get a drink.
It would just come straight out.
Back.
Yeah.
Like you would not even be able to absorb it. So what
Okay.
do you got there, Rosie?
Rosie is just gonna take a sigh heavily because she was not expecting this day to go like this, and take
It was
take out
supposed
on
to be a
that-
day of filling out forms.
It was purely like first day on the job. They don't put you to work. You fill out all the HR shit, but she's actually getting stuff done. So she's like, all right, well, I guess I'm just gonna continue on my merry quarterstaff way, try to attack whatever's attacking him because he seems cool and he had a nut.
There's two of them, so you just got to pick one. I guess.
Yeah. Take your pick.
Yeah, I'll pick the one that's most. Oh, I see. They're both aggro on you.
Yeah.
I'll take the one on the left.
Whatever.
I can track that.
Okay. That's a 24.
You're a performer.
Damn,
Oh,
This
thanks,
is-
gentlemen.
that's all right.
I guess
So-
we can just go home. You got this, right?
Hey, I killed the door.
So let's see it.
All right.
I did a thing.
So that's going to be a 5 bludgeoning, and then my bonus action will be my martial arts, and I will do another hit on that,
Do a
which
hit.
is going to be no, but it's okay because I have this lucky ability. I can re-roll a natural 1.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm
Let's see it.
out lucky little halfling. Okay, that's not much better. That's a 10.
No,
Okay.
that does not do it.
Okay, but I did the 5 points of damage anyway.
So you whack straight over the top. I mean, everything that would lead you to believe that you're going to hear a ring of metal, and it's like training against a dummy full of straw. Like it's just this sort of hollow, thick sound. And then you kick straight in, and it just opens its mouth, and your foot goes into that void expanse. You withdraw it. You're not able to deliver any damage on that one. Walnut, Dawn Grass,
Still a bear.
Still bear.
still pro bear.
It's a very pro bear platform here.
Yeah.
So seeing this, I would like to, and I don't want to use this word, but I can't think of any other word for it. But just like barrel through the hallway. No, it was not.
Because bears always hide in barrels.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because that's what they bounce on top of at the circus.
I will turn this game around.
Unintentional.
let's see what
I
you
don't have all
got.
these $2 words here.
Let's see what you got, Walnut.
Okay. So I would like to go for the one that's not getting quarter-staffed.
Exactly. So you're gonna go for the fresh one. So this is a situation. Obviously, your parents went away for a week's vacation. They left the keys. No, that's not what happened. So she is connected with one on one side. You're basically just very surprised.
Yeah.
You're trying to make yourself as thin as possible. To your right is a halfling ninja monk.
Yes.
To your left, squeezing you against the right side of the railing,
And that hot musk rising.
is a gigantic angry bear.
Yeah, it's like when they're trying to like
Smelly.
get in
Yeah.
the tree.
With the, like,
Yeah,
the prehensile, like the mouth. Yeah.
So yeah, I
exactly.
want to go for a bite if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do
Do a bite.
Do a bite.
Here, no, do a bite, but remember,
Oh.
you got juice. You have
yeah,
juice from the
yeah,
channel too.
yeah, juice it up.
To you.
I would
to
like
you?
to juice.
Yeah. So
We
this
have
is
to save
Thanks,
Chris
audience.
'cause
For your
he's
bite attack?
pretty much dead.
yeah.
For my bite attack,
I'm a
yes.
dead
He's
body.
fucked.
It's what I
Yeah.
always wanted.
That's what he always wanted.
Thank
Chris
you.
actually jumped
Friends of
into the
Walnut.
cauldron.
Hit
I'm
it.
doing an attack here.
Yeah.
Have some reverence.
I'm in command.
Silence, please. It is my turn. No, I'm joking.
Here comes the one.
I get to do it twice though.
19.
Oh,
Jeez.
19. I mean, it's not going to get better than that, but is it? It didn't.
It could. It could.
So 25.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You
let's
hit
get.
all cauldrons ever made.
I hit him and its parents.
You hit a cauldron
No,
factory.
so dude, somewhere a cauldron factory catches flame.
Okay, so that is
Jeez.
13 piercing,
Gosh.
Doing the multi.
and then if I can get a little claw in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a thing where it's exposed its fangs through the false
Right.
kettle,
Sure.
and you've just connected with the top. You have bitten the
Gotcha.
top of it, shaken it a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're ready. Now that you have it, you're going to go to work with the claw.
They wanted us
Well,
to
we'll
sit in
see.
these things.
Yeah.
No.
Can you believe it?
Think about that. Get
17.
Osha in here.
17.
17 to hit. Yes,
Yeah, is that
absolutely.
gonna do it?
Sure.
Great. Thanks, Chris.
Oh, no hits. Yes, please. More hits.
So 11.
Love it. I love that set. God, I love that set.
Good. It's very nice.
It's so good. I feel like it's making me a better dungeon master to have these rad dice on the table.
It feels good.
Dinar, let's end. So so you're fresh off your great sword
Yeah.
has been hefted back up onto the shoulder.
I guess I should go after the weak one, right?
It's up
Call
to
the
you.
weak
Yeah. I mean, we got to take.
Dealer's choice.
Yeah. Let's go after the one that was just weakened.
savaged.
Yeah.
Finish them off.
So I'll
Yes.
go at him with the great sword again.
Yeah, exactly. The premium sword experience.
Yeah.
Hey, could you just do a little role play?
Huh?
Yeah, give us
some-
something.
Yeah,
Like,
give us some
like
flavor.
Some
you,
spice.
Give us some flavor.
I,
you loose it off
Pull
your
my
shoulder.
sword over, and then I walk over to the cauldron, and I
I
go.
do the sword move that you
I
see
do the
in
more-
the
yeah,
game.
Exactly.
I want to send Dark
I don't know,
Souls when you have
alright.
And I confer I confer disadvantage on this roll.
I drag. I use mine to.
No, you
count.
can't.
It's too late.
I thought I could counter yours.
No.
You won't let us. I tried.
Oh.
Next time.
All right.
What does he
Next
know?
time we'll try it. This
so
time we're
conferring
learning.
disadvantage means
You roll 2 dice and you take the shitty one.
Oh shit! All right.
You got it.
It's okay, you got this. You
Roll
got
the
this.
same number
believe in
twice.
you.
That's all you got to do.
Okay.
Defeat him.
12.
12.
Okay.
Not
So
bad,
that-
not bad.
I'm not showing
But it would be,
off, but
you still get the plus. Oh,
5.
oh, all right. Well,
Okay,
Eh.
no, that's not great.
So I got to take the 5.
it's like I put my sword
So
back
that's 10.
on my shoulder.
Right. So that's not able to do it. So Walnut has it in the fangs, shakes it, claws it, and then flings it in the manner of a wild beast up in the air for that second snatch. You try to come down with the great sword. It just misses. Cathus Drow.
okay, good. I was waiting for that, and then it hits Walnut.
Yeah.
And then you die.
And you lop off her paw.
Exactly. So Cathus Drow, what do you got?
I can only,
Oh, I was
you
gonna
know,
go
as I'm
shit.
just torn up and I'm near,
no,
near
you're
death.
you're savaged.
Yeah.
It's like, but the dark robe is doing you a lot of favors here.
Oh yeah.
You look. I mean, you still look great.
Yeah. It's- yeah.
Obviously the
Slimming.
obviously
The mud hides
yeah,
a lot.
Obviously
Yeah.
the
Still got the mud on you.
abdomen,
wrinkle free.
larvae.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I can only wonder at how much I've disappointed this god by going from level 9 to 3. And I know that might be responsible that even at his most eldritch, it was just a measly, couldn't even take a door out. So I'm going to look at one of the more damaged of the cauldrons, and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers upon it.
What does Dissonant Whispers do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you about it.
Dude, you gotta dish up this RP for me, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, that's a premium experience.
So
Dude, it'd be like you brought out like a veggie tray.
yeah,
Like
for all. Doing,
hungry?
what a party. Yeah, I don't need the book description. You can get that for the damage. It's not so much a dissonant whisper at the cauldron, but more of a prayer to the sigil, which I still am
entity.
clutching, and hopefully this cauldron will overhear it.
Hey, no, hold on.
I don't care if it does
There's an
damage.
attack roll.
I'm sorry. That's incredibly important. This is a wisdom saving throw
Perfect. Yeah, that's vital. So you don't need to throw.
for this creature. You're right.
Yeah. You ready?
That's critical.
Okay.
How smart is this cauldron?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's not? It is,
It's a wise cauldron.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not the most
Beyond
smart.
its years.
Yeah.
It's seen a lot of butts.
there are smarter cauldrons.
Cauldron
13?
Let's see, against mine?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't get it.
Okay. No. Listen.
Mine's
I'm
a million.
Listen. I'm
Mine's a
Eldritch.
million. I'm super smart.
I'm Eldritch as shit. so.
Me, real
Yeah.
smart.
So dish it up.
All right, so then it becomes a 3d6 psychic damage. And what a mind he's got on him.
Oh my god.
That's 8. And it must immediately its reaction to escape my presence. The presence of these whispers.
Yeah, exactly. So this evil prayer, maybe the first prayer you learned, the first revelation
Right.
of this chunk that you carved out. As soon as the whispers hit it like a physical wave, and you see it tip back over the edge of the top stair, and then halfway through that process, it just bursts into like a pustulant liquid and runs down the stairs.
As a bonus action, I go, yay, that's what you get.
All bleeding, like
Yeah, over the and the other one's still very much.
It's like
range
right
of
in your
me.
face. It's like I'm the best. Ow.
The other one is going to chomp at Rosie B. Stinger.
Come at me.
Ooh,
What are we
18?
gonna fight next? The fireplace.
Yes.
That was a hot hit.
18.
Yes.
Oh no.
Now, it delivers unto you 6 points of damage, and an additional 6. So as it bites, it slavers into the wound, an acidic spittle.
No.
It's true. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Right in
So
that hole.
that's
not my fault.
It's another 6 points
Yeah,
of
it's
damage?
12 total.
Okay.
8. So that's down, and we are back to Rosie. So you have an opportunity to respond with immediacy.
Okay.
Get him, Granny.
We're both like not hot. over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys got some of those good heals, we could probably
Not
get
as
some
a
of that.
bear.
Not as a bear. Great. Good. Okay.
Just
Okay.
a big shrug.
Yeah.
Like the biggest shrug.
Truly.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my juicy die.
I was going to say, no, you have a heap of dice,
I do.
so
I
put
have
them to work.
I have a pool. And I'm just gonna.
Rosie.
I'm gonna keep. I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep
yeah, we got the
attacking.
Rosie fans in the channel.
She's really cool.
She's she's not a
done.
berserker. She can't enter a berserker rage, but if she could, she'd be doing it right now. She's
Yeah.
just angry
It's so polite.
at this
Yeah.
point.
Bless your heart.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a bless your heart kind of anger. Okay, so the 10 plus 5 is 15 to attack.
Yep, that
Okay,
connects.
Great. So then I'm gonna do
work.
oh
yes.
yeah 10
Ah,
plus. I'm gonna use my bonus and a key point for a flurry of blows. So
you're gonna cut him twice?
two kicks. My signature move.
Chop, chop.
So that's a 17, which gives me another 6, and a
Oof, you almost
13.
had it.
Yeah.
13?
You almost had it.
AC.
Yeah,
That's
no.
a hit? Okay, good.
Yeah. Jeez, Rosie.
And that's a 4.
Wow.
All right. So this is what it looks like.
Granny came to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
This is what it looks like. The first strike just goes into its gullet, and she uses that to lever it and flip it up behind, and then there are 2 kicks behind her in midair. It crashes through the railing and hits the ground and becomes a pool.
Okay. And the other one's running away from you.
Oh, they are dead.
Obliterated. It also did the same
Yeah,
thing.
we're
Oh,
dead.
Yeah.
okay.
No, there is a slippery, non-OSHA approved stairway
Nice.
on the way down.
All
We're
right.
bleeding out. So
I say, nobody touch anything. I say, I don't know if you guys noticed, but everything's alive.
Yeah.
All right. In the moment
as
to
we're all like covered
breathe,
in goo.
I will, since you're still a bear, I guess I'm the only one who has healing stuff. So I'll have to lay on hands individually on you guys. What are you at?
I'm at 5,
Out of
6.
21.
Same.
So and she's at 6 out of 21. So
6. All right.
we're both not super
All
hot.
right. So
Who do you
I don't
like
have
better?
enough.
I was gonna say, who's an asset to the team?
I have, well, I have 15. I can
tough
divvy amongst the both of you.
Well, I'm quite old. It's my time.
But I want to die.
I could give you.
Don't take this from me, old woman.
I could give you 8 and you 7, and then you're both.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Fine.
All right. I have to do them individually, but we're not
Yeah, exactly.
in combat, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
okay,
matter.
okay.
So it's not. It
Thank
doesn't
you.
try
Fine.
to.
So I'll do
Back
that.
from that sweet brink.
And I'm out of healing points now.
Yeah,
Okay.
for now.
Great.
So this is how it works.
yeah,
As you are healing them.
Back rub.
Yeah. It's the full.
Yeah.
This is. It's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Not
pal-
just laying
these.
on hands, but technique.
No. Like
Yeah.
this is palms plus. This is a real. It's deep
Deep tissue.
deep tissue.
And I say, remember when I bought you that drink? And remember I gave you that money?
I'm weeping.
And, then I just,
And I'm-
and all I do
I'm
is give.
weeping.
All I do is give, guys.
Yeah.
This is so right. It's so right.
As you're doing this, the wall in front of the house, you can see the boards, the slats of the boards, flip, and the door that you recognize from before is there.
Your wife? Different door.
It could be.
But the sweet
I saunter
memory-
over and I say, hey. Pretty door like you doing in a place like this.
I'm newly widowed.
Yeah.
So just wondered if you.
Are we gonna have to fight the room now? What's happening?
You have, but now you have PTSD. but
I
the
know.
D
Now
is-
I don't trust
The
anything.
D is for door,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you've been
This
hurt.
daughter.
You got hurt by one door. You're never gonna trust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But there is a door.
Oh, someone else go first. I'll tell you that much.
I'm not it.
Okay.
Just throw the bear through.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
press
can you
on
like
it.
bite the door?
I lumber towards the door. And they're like,
Keen smell?
it's not gonna help through
Smell
a
it.
portal.
So you
So
smell.
you're still the bear.
See what you
You're
can smell.
like,
Yeah. Well, because I can't, and for those that don't know, I cannot now communicate with any of my party members.
human mouths.
So,
Yeah.
but let me clarify this though. As a bear, you do not possess even the language you once had.
Nope.
Because I could
speaks
I
bear.
could
I now
telepath
have-
to you, but you have nothing.
Telepathic is fine.
So what's
Tell
stopping
me
you from
is
just
fine. That's to the discretion of the DM.
she,
and the
so
DM wants
exactly.
me to do
So
it.
she has her mental stats,
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
but she doesn't have a human
Mentats.
mouth.
It hurts so bad. Go through the door, please.
You're fine.
Real useful message.
I just gave you.
I could send that all day. I can talk to it all day. I don't get it one time.
Bear, hey bear, bear.
Bear.
All right, I wanna. So wait, is it like that black void thing again?
It is.
Okay, so I will lumber on through, but like, I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm
Like,
ready.
yeah, you're
for
like
whatever's
you're gonna
on
go
the other
through and
side.
you're like, "Grr."
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'll mess up all the doors, but not saying anything.
The mass of a gilded acorn is removed from your body,
Yeah, part of
and it turns out gold is a dense metal.
a delicious
So
part.
you lose.
A delicious part of you. The most delicious
Just
part.
your heart.
Yeah.
is gone.
Sweet bread.
No, one valve.
Yeah.
Just one valve.
Rest of you's good.
But what really happens?
No, you're. As soon as the bare head pokes through, the rest of her disappears.
Snapshot.
Rosie's a little
Yeah,
worried.
it just closes.
Yeah.
She's viciously.
And then the bear
sectioned.
head goes into a new room, and it's shown mounted on a wall.
Right. It's just a portal to a bear capture device.
Yeah.
that is
Auto
not.
mount. Yeah.
That was the puzzle.
Yeah.
Everybody else won.
Now we'll get 33%.
We had to trick her into
of the
becoming a bear?
franchise. Yeah. He hates bears.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I'm gonna go last because I'm worried that we're gonna enter the same time loop and have to fight that damn door again.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep an eye on things.
No one's going last other than me when it comes to doors anymore, all right?
All right, we can hold hands and go through together.
There's a goddamn system.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you
wait,
pop
let's-
through.
yeah.
You don't like it. It's like as you're walking through, you're like looking over at the door on the hinge, and you're like, on to you.
yeah.
You see those hinges, even the hinge, even
Yeah.
the squeak of the hinge is terror. But you pass through, you enter a dark room, but there is an arc of light in front of you.
Does it say congratulations, you did it?
Yeah. There's a big banner and there's a cake and there's a cake.
My family's
no.
there. Oh, okay.
Dad! They're telling me they're proud of me. I'm playing baseball, they're watching.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see an arc of light.
You do. You see an arc of light. Sort of. So it looks a rough hewn around the edge, but from here, that's what you can see.
Okay. So, like, scratch at the wall as if like, hey guys, this is a signal, like, come through.
Yeah.
We're all gonna go.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Okay.
all
Oh,
here.
okay, we're all.
I think we're
They've,
cool. Yeah.
they've committed.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have committed already.
Don't have.
They're all here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm just gonna be at the ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a musty scent here in this dark corner that you've emerged into. The arc itself, as I said, looks sort of like rough-hewn stone. But the closer you get to it, I mean, even in your bare guise,
Sure.
you know exactly what it is. Two things. One, you smell prey. You smell prey.
Can you smell?
And you're
Nice.
it requires your elven intellect to tamp down that desire. It smells like a nest of some kind. And this arch is not worked stone at all. You can actually see that it's gnawed. The entire arc of it around is gnawed wood up into a sort of portal, not of the mystical variety, obviously,
Right.
or the video game variety.
Right.
But then you can see out there, it's just a vast expanse.
Oh my god. And well, I'm like completely tantalized by this.
Oh, yeah. There is something delicious.
Is the deliciousness through that portal?
You would not describe it as delicious. You would describe it as smelling primarily like musk and urine. It's not. It's you do not. This does not.
So I
this,
started.
yeah, this does not
salivating.
turn your crank. This is
Okay.
not something grandmothers. This is like one trick that grandmothers hate.
One weird trick.
One weird trick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Coat things in urine. Right.
Yeah, we do hate that.
Yeah. So obviously, and you're getting wild. You're like
how they
more
get you.
filth.
Yeah, I'm fiending. The bear's got to hold me back.
Let's continue to absorb it. Dinar.
You're in front. I'll just follow behind you.
I heard it. Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah, it's good.
I won't keep going.
Absolutely.
What's this?
So the expanse out here, as I said, is massive,
Great.
vast.
Great.
It looks like an immense plain. and the ground recalls a desert ground that is baked after a rain. There are long furrows. The difference between this and the desert ground is that they're all completely uniform. These furrows in the ground go out in sort of great rectangles out as far as you can see, but they're deep. I mean, they need to be stepped over in a pronounced way. Like they're not. It's not obvious. It's not safe to travel around on these. They need to be jumped over individually.
Okay, well, then I'm going to release myself from this bear prison I'm in.
Yeah.
Transform back into the walnut y'all know.
Yeah, the classic walnut. Walnut classic.
Classic walnut.
Walnut classic.
Nothing wrong with
Walnut.
classic walnut.
Absolutely. But this is, I mean, you are an expert in.
Right.
You are an expert in natural environments.
I am.
Surviving. You have as a basic, obvious capacity for a walnut. You can feed 5 people
I was just about to say.
straight out of your wisdom and knowledge. You think that you would have to customize your approach to this place. There's a lot about it that does not mirror the natural world.
What does the sky look like?
I'm so glad that you asked. You are an expert, obviously. We've gone over it. You have a uncanny capacity for identifying star patterns. You always obsessively, and there's a reason for it, right? You obsessively know where you are at all times, and you always know how to get home. There is only one constellation in the sky, and that is the homeward star.
And
Yeah.
based on that constellation, what is it telling me as far as my orientation to my home?
The star that is at the point is blinking weakly.
Does it usually blink?
No.
Or is that unusual?
That is quite unusual.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But you should be able to orient. You should be able to orient the party from that.
Great. I can do that. So, based on the orientation of that constellation, am I inclined to go through the portal?
I'll be through this gateway. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my presumption is that you've already moved somewhat past that to examine this space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're in the
Yeah,
portal. We're
yeah.
in this new space.
Yeah,
And
you've passed through
all
this
we
doorway.
see are the desert furrows and this particular constellation.
Exactly.
Okay.
In the distance, you can see what you assume are trunks of trees, the canopies of various kinds. But this is a bizarre natural environment, like I said.
Okay. I can. So I will route us.
So do you want to collaborate with
Sure.
Walnut?
Yeah. So I know star stuff. That star is acting whack, and I think I know exactly where we need to go
Okay.
based on it.
Well, I trust you.
Can you get us safely through this environment with these 2 treasured companions of ours?
Yes.
All right.
I will do my best.
Let's do it. We're gonna go
Don't want to disappoint.
this way.
Am I still bark?
Oh no.
Now,
barked.
it was a phase,
Oh, phew.
right? It was just like your second album. You were trying bark.
Yeah.
You
Don't
know.
worry, my bark's worse than my bite.
Oh my God.
We got there, everyone. We did it.
Beautiful.
Stream's over.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone. Good night. This was great. Thanks, everyone.
No, we're hanging it up. All right, no,
And the party wipes.
no, exactly. No, we're fine. We're
Swallow up in a
Inexplicably.
dune in the end.
So, like I say, you were able to guide the party over these furrows,
Okay.
but it is at about this point that you're starting to get hungry and thirsty.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can enable 5 companions to live off the land, but you said I would have maybe trouble doing that. Can I roll to see if it's possible?
It would be absolutely. You have a mystic dice if you'd like to employ it, but you can also hold on to it.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Walnut would be. I don't know. Wouldn't want to be like distrustful of nature, like not
Yeah,
giving her
I
what
like
she
it.
wants.
I like it.
Wow.
I don't think that this is
Wow.
where
That's
that's supposed to
ballin'.
happen.
That's 100%.
That's deep role playing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, would this be like a survival?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Big money. 12. Well, we said we'd have trouble.
Exactly. I was going to say you're not able to 100% map it. You feel like you may have to travel for a bit and get a better sense of this environment.
I ask, and I say, I don't want to be rude, so I don't know the ways of the druid, but I think we're all getting a little bit hungry. Is it possible to assume bear form, let us cleave off a little bit of that meat, grill it up, and then, but not take you to 0 health, and then you just come on back to regular walnut stance. We just eat some of those bear cuts.
Bear steak.
I think that's tough but fair.
Is that a thing?
I weigh in on the tough but bear.
I don't know if that's like you get asked that a lot, so I mean, I
Yeah.
apologize.
Rosie's
Is
very
that
curious.
rude to ask?
Your drow humor is strange to me.
I'm gonna say that's a no.
It could be a no.
So we die of starvation then? That's your answer?
that what
I'm just so I'm clear? Okay.
I mean, how dire is it?
Yeah, it's not quite there
So
yet.
you're going to turn into a wolf? No.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is this a setup
Bury
for
the
something?
lead. They don't know what my forms are.
Berry.
They ain't know these forms.
I have
Barry, she's going to turn into...
all
Exactly.
I have to offer is a bag of sand, but I offer it anyway just in case anyone's gotten to that point of
yeah,
hunger.
to eat
because,
sand?
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's all I have, but I really don't like, I'm a grandmother, I don't like it when people are going hungry.
Yeah.
I want to offer anything I've got, and it's all I've got. I also have paper.
I have a toothbrush.
You brought a toothbrush?
Yeah, I bring a
Always
toothbrush
prepared.
everywhere.
I guess that's smart.
Yeah, I got a
acid on
toothbrush and floss.
Oh
I'm
my.
a natural
floss?
granny. I didn't bring a
It
toothbrush.
says
Floss?
I got
toothbrush and
acid
floss.
breath, all right? And I got to
Gotta keep
take
it
care of the
clean.
pearly whites.
I gotta maintain it.
Don't neglect your gums.
why that
Are you
dragonborn
crazy?
lady
If
came
you could
after
spit
you.
acid, you'd be brushing your teeth all the time.
Yeah.
You
Judge
can
me?
spit
None of
The
you.
whole time. Like the
I
whole
just
time.
met you people. Don't judge me.
Just even while you're talking to people. It's just listen.
In fact, now that we got a little downtime,
Yeah.
pull a bad boy out.
Yeah.
You're gonna get used to this. It's fine.
I call my toothbrush Percival. I go, me and you, Percival.
Yeah.
Forget these three.
Back at work, Percy.
So-
Let's have us.
So you have almost married a door.
Yeah, exactly. So
And you're obsessively brushing your teeth.
So Walnut, your hope is that if you can get near
That's what I'm saying.
one of these trunks, some of this canopy,
Scrape
you might
out
be
some
able
bugs.
to find something going on down there.
I feel a lot of social pressure to provide for
Yeah.
these people that I'm with.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we travel a little bit more? Can I try again?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I'd love to see some. I'd love to see some of
And
this
now
survival.
Walnut feels betrayed by the natural
By the
land,
natures.
looks up and just whispers, like, oh, you know. I want to use one of my mystical dice,
Yeah.
basically. It's just like,
Come on,
please,
plants.
please.
Yeah.
I've always been your champion. Give me something.
I'm druid nonstop. I'm always doing it.
100% on my grind every day. Every day. One's a 15.
Okay.
Hang on. And
There's a
another one's a
15.
15, so, 20.
20? Oh, that's marvelous. You guide the party toward
Pizza.
these structures.
Pizza
yeah,
treats.
yeah, exactly.
Hot
To a
and ready.
food truck.
Little Caesars.
No,
Oh,
that doesn't
boy.
work. Yeah, they got the square pizza.
Yeah.
They got the breadsticks.
Oh,
no,
yes.
that doesn't
Okay.
exist yet. It hasn't been invented, and it won't be invented for several thousand years. So, I'm sorry. That's how it is. Your guess is that if you can sort of approach this loose copse over here, you'll be able to provide something for them, but you don't actually know, right? I mean, you're trying
Best
to
guess.
yeah, exactly. You're trying to apply your knowledge of this space to this, and as you approach it, these are not trees. Like the closer you get to them, there's
feel- Very betrayed.
there's no bark of any kind that surrounds them. They are wood, but they are not bark in any case. Near the base of them, though, this is the strange thing. Near the base of them,
This is the strange thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is actually the weirdest part. Are how would I even describe this? They are
So you know it's bad.
no. Maybe basketball-sized hunks of crusty bread.
Take it.
Wow.
Do they smell good?
I just want to like
It's not new,
Okay.
but you could definitely eat it.
having a flashback to when I said, "Do I need to make a card for Purify Food and Water?"
Yeah.
I will never use that
I
ever.
did the same thing. I passed on it.
So I was like, "That's
Is this
stupid. Who
Are
cares
these
about
at the
eating?"
base of every tree?
Yeah. Near the.
Or every tree-like
Yeah,
object?
exactly.
Huh.
Okay, so they're not new. I am proficient in history. Can I determine how old they are? Is
that a history check?
History
No,
of bread.
culinary history.
Can I intimidate the bread?
Food Network? No. I would love to get some perception rolls from the party, please.
Oh,
Perception
yeah.
ain't green.
I wanna perceive. 20.
Jeez.
Yeah, that one beats all. I was gonna say 16.
Yeah, but
13.
this is garbage.
Yeah.
So it's filth. So here's the thing. So your ears perk up. Your elven ears perk up instantaneously. And what's more, at the 20, you're not even surprised by what it is. You know exactly what it is. It is the sound of claws on wood. And then edging out from behind these tall wooden pillars, you can see what appear to be gigantic mice.
You love those.
I told you! It was nothing but mice!
Tell us.
Okay, gigantic mice. Like how big? For like bear size
Like
or car
classical,
size
like
or bus
gigantic?
size?
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
say like a
Godzilla size?
bear.
Okay.
Big mouse.
That is a big mouse.
Okay. So
I wonder-
how far off? Hang on, wait 1 second.
So from here, they're maybe 50 feet, 50 to 60 feet away. There are several of them that you can hear. Because it was a 20, I'm going to say this is information that you've got. And you can see right now, it's like your sense is that they're not hostile, but you can't imagine what you must look like.
Yeah, Rosie,
Okay, so I'm pointing this
lean
out.
over. Yeah. I'm gonna say, tell him I said, what's up?
I go, I can only do that once per day.
We need a short rest.
It's not unlimited.
Okay.
I can tell these creatures that we mean them no harm, or I can attempt to, if they're not so smart. But do we even want to risk?
How would you
going
do
that
it?
Close?
How would you do that, role
with-
player?
With animal friendship, but I would have to approach by 20 feet and signal to them
Interesting.
I do like a
Convince a
classic,
beast.
like a mouse.
that I mean it. No.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Gesture.
Whoa, girl.
Do the classic
Well, you gotta get up high
Yeah.
like that.
Walnut tamer of
so you
mice.
can-
Yeah.
So they'll
The
know.
classic mouse sign of friendship.
All right, let me try it.
Yeah, 'cause I want to get on that bread.
So I wanna intervene for the party so that they can grab at that bread, and I want to get within 30 feet of these mice. It must see and hear me.
Do you have bread with you?
Do I have bread with me?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I understand who's got what, where they are.
I do not have any food items on me when I approach these gigantic beasts.
Same.
I am in my cheese suit. No.
Head to toe.
Head to toe.
It's come in handy.
Cheddar. So if the beast
Your
intelligence,
fromage armor.
She's
I
trying to do
hate it.
You're a monster, and
It was good enough to sneak in. It's okay to interrupt me for those good jokes.
I'm sorry.
If the beast intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you. But if one of you guys heard it, the spell ends. Please don't.
Okay.
So I would
Earmuffs?
like to
so you're gonna try it.
try it. Yes.
Okay.
Try it, you might like it.
So is it real smart?
No.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if
It's
this
a
was like
mouse.
some like psionic
Oh
ability.
yeah. Mage rats.
I don't know. It's
got a huge brain.
It rises up on its tube.
big mouse, big brain, right?
It's just a mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I want to. All right. Now that I've convinced it that I'm like steadying the beast.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
We mean you no harm.
Yeah.
We are simply here to get nourishment and pass through.
Yeah. You see a couple more mice peeking out.
Get the bread, guys. It is imperative that you now get your food and we be on our way.
Rosie suddenly realizes we're in a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
with
would-
no auntie.
I was taking a break to see when it was appropriate to interrupt with that, but I'm glad that more than one person came to this.
I see. Wonderful. Okay, so you said what's up to the mouse?
I said, what's up to the mice? And then I'm looking over my shoulder at you saying, please get your food so we can continue.
Okay, I'm gonna run in there, grab as much bread as I can, but also tear half of it off and throw it to the mice. And run back.
Great. Aggro the mice. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They love bread.
They're into it.
It's bread.
You take it.
Hey, don't fill up on it though.
Optimally, you don't fill up on
Don't
the bread.
fill up on bread.
So
No.
you grab that hunk, and you sort of underhand it, out into the area. 3 mice go for the same piece.
Oh no. Do not feed the animals.
Maybe y'all could like go get some and help me and put some
I
more
am lumbering
crumbs
and
out there.
slow.
Are you really? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you take a little less speed. All right. Yeah, I'll run through as best as I can, as far from the mice as I can, and I'll get a crumb.
Basketball size
It's
crumb.
like this.
Yeah, this big.
Like this?
Yeah.
So there is this process of her maintaining the diplomacy with the mice.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic
Yeah, Jurassic World. with
Maintaining mouse diplomacy.
Very cool.
While you guys are cycling back and forth, grabbing as many crumbs, watching a dwindling supply.
Much like mice.
Yeah, watching a dwindling supply of your own food.
Yeah.
You've pitched it out, and then ultimately, once they have been satisfied, the largest of the mice comes over to you, Walnut, and just gives you the maximum sniff.
I stand tall and I
Maximum
calm,
sniff.
Yeah.
very calm.
These whiskers, they're all over. Like this situation is very tickly.
It's like Percival.
It's dry.
Toothbrush. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
like-
dry.
I remember.
Okay, this isn't a wet sniff.
This is not a wet sniff. The nose very cold.
Okay.
At this point, after this sniff is thoroughly sniffed, when he leaves, the rest leave with them. You're thinking that it might be time for something along the lines of a long rest.
Okay.
It might be time to get your bearings, try to get some food together, put together a fire situation.
We feel like the
maybe
mice are
that-
like they're cool with us being here.
I feel that
It's a tacit.
they're okay.
Your read is good.
Okay.
I think that we should make camp here.
Make camp.
I think we should make camp further from the rug. Not inside of a rug in the establishment.
Yeah.
Let's do it here where on the solid floor.
Yeah.
Is there a mouse hole that we can go into? Can we follow them into
I don't
like a
wanna.
cave?
No, I don't want to do
Oh,
that.
I can't talk to him yet.
Okay,
Never
okay,
follow
right,
mouse to
right,
a second location. That's rule number one.
Is that mice wisdom?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. The big book of mice wisdom. Yep. All right. So yeah, it's a situation where you're thinking with your survival approach
Sure.
that you should be able to shave off hunks of these pillars and try to build yourself a small fire underneath this canopy, which you now think is probably not a canopy at all.
Great. Okay.
We're super tiny.
Yeah.
So I guess we gotta get to Sir with the great sword. We like shave off some stuff, get a fire going. You want to help me? Come on, big guy.
Yeah, it's
I got a big old sword.
It's gonna take some doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do that.
Is this hemp? Rug by chance?
Is table legs?
No.
I think these are table legs.
Okay, it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. All right. So
Oh my God. And the light bulb comes on.
Fine. Okay.
Phew, 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 the whole time.
yeah. So this is how it goes. You're able to, with the edge of it, shave off slivers enough slivers of wood for you to build a fire, put it together. There's enough bits of cheese and meat and bread that is collected down in these furrows.
It's like charcuterie.
Exactly,
Filthy.
for you to go to work, right?
Love it.
Oh.
It's like this. So long rest, you regain your hit points.
And all your spells. I mean, I only needed a short rest.
No.
Yeah, no, I can get all the spells.
Rosie gives all of her cheese and meat to Dinar.
Aw. No,
She's
you
a
don't have to
monk,
do
it's
that.
bread and
I
water.
insist.
That's I'm 120. I weigh 28 pounds. I'm all about the bread and water. It's fine.
About halfway through the night.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Another door.
We didn't do
No,
watch.
no, exactly. Everyone else is resting. It's your turn.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, though. Halfway through the night, I only am in a trance.
It takes
I don't
4
know if
hours
it
for
takes
you.
4 hours,
Same.
Yep.
Okay.
Elves.
Yeah. High five on that.
Well,
I'll take second trance.
Yeah.
And you go ahead and take first. And
okay.
Smooth.
Second
Smooth,
trance.
perfect. So there's a period there in the middle where you're both awake. You just pass each other.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Ships in the night.
Yeah.
But Dinar, I would like to get a perception roll from you.
My perception sucks.
That's great. I'm glad
Like
you
you're
did
here.
that.
You're sleeping.
Oh, but does it?
14. I get nothing on wisdom.
You got no juice.
No, I'm flat. So just 14.
It's not as much of a sound as it just is a sense. Like it's just like a dull vibration that you can feel sort of in the panel of the ground. You're not able to place it, and you're not able to identify the source of it. But
And I'm the only one who feels it.
yeah, at this point,
Okay.
the morning occurs. You can see light coming through the shafts of what you now realize are the windows. The celestial configuration of the chandelier, still useful, still directing, but you know that it might be more than a day at this scale to get to where you're trying to go. It is at this point when you guys are collecting your gear and putting your equipment back together that another diplomatic group of mice approach the group.
And I'm ready for them. So I look at these mice and I use speak with animals.
Speak with animals.
You say, surprise.
What's that? What's that, Walnut Dung Grass?
So anyway, I got another 10 minutes with these mice. And I say,
Right, they come up and it's all noses, except this time all 4 of them come up.
and I'm sniffing back.
Direct nose contact.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
4 of them. And I answer to them and I say, good mice friends, thank you for letting us stay in your realm. My companions and I
Yeah, go ahead.
are trying to make it through. I was wondering if you could.
Before you finish your sentence, there's a moment where you realize that the largest mouse that you saw is not there anymore. And the one that rubbed noses last says, "Our queen is dead."
And I look back and I go,
We have stories of far mice from the hole, that come through from time to time and help us with great tasks.
oh, we are your farm mice today.
Yeah, and he looks back like, I fucking told you these were far mice.
And then I look back at these guys and I'm like, we got a mouse quest situation.
We gotta fucking deal with.
I go, but maybe, I think we can curry favor with these mice if we do them their small town. How much could it be?
Can we
They're
ride
mice.
them?
Maybe after we help them. Actually, I say, mice, of course, we're here to help you. We are farm mice. Can you take us to the problem so that we might help you?
The problem may come to us.
What, did you see what killed your queen?
What ate our queen?
Your old friend.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
I think you might know that, though.
Yeah.
We seem to
We
know
all
it
know it.
here.
Walnut's in denial.
Yeah. And then from the whispers from the other mice behind the one that you're having the parlay with, Onyx.
So I have a sinking feeling. But I say, well, God, I don't know what I say. It's like, well, it's like,
Yeah, it's
Humming.
Do you want to
What's
like
the mouse for her?
lifeline to us? Like let us know what's going on?
yeah, I go,
Yeah,
yeah,
dish it
let
up.
me,
Dish it up. Hey, listen,
let me speak to my
I
companions.
know some people.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Talk to the other farmers.
The other farm mice.
Yeah.
Hold,
Hold,
please.
please.
And I look back and I say, so I don't know if you would remember, but I met the acquaintance of a cat.
Rosie's way into it. Yes, I remember.
We've been in this room for like 2 days now. I remember everything.
I'll never ever forget this.
It's not possible.
Yeah. You're talking about the cat that delivered the identical mice you stared at for 25 minutes?
Right. I think
I remember that.
I believe that is their
It's
queen.
kind of stayed with me.
Yeah.
The
little
dead,
bit.
the dead mouse that the
I
that Onyx
believe
was killing.
That was their queen.
Twice?
And that the cat Onyx. Listen, it doesn't matter how many times. It just happened. Whatever happened, it happened. I think we can get these mice to help carry us, but I don't know.
It sounds like they want us to kill Onyx.
Does every franchisee have to go through this?
Is this just hazing?
It's just, it's just, hey, what did we do wrong? What did we do to make them so mad?
Hey, consider this. Consider this. Consider that the nuts, the acorns, were sent by these mice. That they're the ones who summoned us.
Yeah, the
This is
Acquisitions
This is
Incorporated.
the job, ladies and gentlemen.
Acquisitions
This is the job.
Incorporated is owned and operated by mice.
By mice
That
people
was
behind
the
the
secret
scenes.
purpose.
Holy shit.
It's been revealed.
Giant conspiracy.
I don't feel comfortable murdering a cat that I've become friends with.
Okay.
So you're going to sit this one
I
out.
murdered a door that I became friends with. My betrothed.
I interacted with the door
Yeah.
Right.
in a way unbecoming a gentleman.
If we can get the cat here
Yeah, is there another-
now,
yeah.
I can talk to him, but it would have to be now. We have to act quickly.
All right, we'll just act delicious then.
Yeah, I was gonna
'cause
say.
It's going to come
can it
around.
look tasty?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you had a suggestion about writing? Is that
Oh.
Can they carry us to where Onyx hangs out?
Yeah. Can they take us
Yeah,
to
bring us closer. Where are they willing?
Yeah, or hear me out. Just
I know
an
where you're going.
alternate idea. We tell them
this is the sequel?
their queen is gone. They must find another queen. If they come with us, also maybe we're riding them.
Wow. You're just going to lie to them.
Wow.
Instead
Are
of
you
kill
going
a
to
cat,
offer to
you're
be the
gonna
queen of
lie.
the mice?
Mouse
The
lies.
queen's
I didn't
actually
use
fine.
animal friendship. I used to speak with animals. I don't owe them anything.
Yeah, that's right.
They could be magic mice.
Let's
That's
lie to
true.
these mice.
Look,
Let's lie to these mice.
I got no problem lying to a
fine.
mouse.
Honestly,
I'll be honest with you.
Ride
Listen,
the mouse, kill
I
the
thought
cat.
about it.
I'm
Yeah.
game.
That's not against my personal
Anything
morality.
we need to
Nope.
do.
Yeah, what if we tell them that that Onyx hangs out at the door, ride them there, and then so long, suckers.
Oh well,
peace
no,
out.
I didn't mean
Yeah.
that. I mean their best chance for survival is getting away from the mouse and finding a new, or the cat and finding a new queen.
I'm having the best time.
Who cares?
This is what I want
These
in
are
my
mice.
life.
These aren't. It's not Stephen Hawking.
I'm a druid.
You don't deserve to be a franchisee. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
that's-
It got
okay.
heated. Let's table this for now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I look at. All right, I just want to see how the mice feel about this. I look back at the mice and I go,
Yeah.
your queen is dead. It is no longer safe for you here.
You just see you just see just a wave of fur, like just back, like they react to that. Just physically, you just see it like roll over their backs. They're just looking at each other like,
Yeah.
these are the farm mice? Like, really?
Uh-oh.
No,
break it down.
do your shit. I'm just
going.
giving you
No, I
information.
All right.
If you wish to seek a new home and a new queen and a new what do mice live in? Hole.
Fucking mouse shit.
Whatever. We can guide you, we can give you safe passage if you come with us
Yeah.
to the far lands over
yeah,
there.
Yeah, yeah.
And carry us on your
Yeah,
backs.
they chatter. I mean, they all sort of chitter to each other, and it's like, well, the last farm mice went back on their promise. You got some persuade. Let's see what we're talking about.
Mouse liars.
Say,
None of the rest of us
We
can
won't
do
do
it,
that.
right?
Yes, we will. And I was like, oh, I said the loud part.
I-
Quiet and the quiet part
The
loud.
mice can't talk to us.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't-
Just make,
Yeah, I know.
make
I
your
know. I
case-
insult
make-
them to their face. They don't know any
genuinely
better.
wants to.
make your case and let's see how it goes, right? I mean, you got
Yeah.
got time.
Oh man, I would love if someone could just like, I don't know, like guide me here.
Well, here, I
or-
mean, he's got sick charisma.
okay.
I can't talk to mice.
No, but you can try to cut a deal. You can try to
Cut a mouse.
I can
open.
say, use the proxy. Be like, here's what.
Say it just like this.
Yeah, here's what you say. I
You
gotta
all-
be your
you all-
Cyrano to mice. Cyrano to
you all
the whiskers.
you all occupy some position in their culture. Like this is weird stuff. You know what I mean? But you're welcome to. But you can confer with your friend, your ally.
Yeah. Well,
Friends
And if you,
are-
and if,
Yeah,
do you have,
friends.
do you have
Friends just
guidance?
met.
Do you have guidance? If you want a guidance, I also have a guidance.
yeah.
I can
If
also
you just want to go
intimidate.
rogue again.
Yeah. I can intimidate.
I'm
Yeah,
terrifying.
If you got good charisma, let's go for it.
Yeah.
You do. it.
Just,
I have good charisma.
just go ahead and just
Well, what's our sticking point here?
just build the case.
Yeah.
You're just trying to
Yeah.
Trying to
build
convince
rapport.
the mice.
Build rapport with the mice,
Alright.
and then you'll roll guidance.
Yeah.
So roll a d4.
Yeah, let me give you some of that.
I can't wait for this like
It's
the evil
black-
pyramid.
This pitch.
Tough to
1
see.
minute.
It's okay.
It's a trash roll.
It's a 1. All right.
You're gonna enjoy a 1.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
A
You're
very
rolling
confident
your-
1.
You don't have to
Hold on.
roll, but
Okay.
you need to tell me if you want to
Oh,
help her.
suddenly.
You need to tell me what you're conferring to her.
All right.
But that's for
I will use my charisma and knowledge of mice abounds. So you talked to the mice and you said you made the case that their queen was gone and
Yeah.
they didn't like that,
That case doesn't need to be
and they're
made.
not down with taking us across to the far
We
land.
don't
They're
know.
worried-
She's trying to make the case.
They're worried that we are going to go back on their promise, and I have to tell you, I do feel obligated to help them in some way, and part of me does feel like this is a way to help.
All right, maybe you should go to Chris first because all I want to do is lie to them.
No. Lies are good. The guidance is going to help on the roll. You
I-
communicate it to her, and she'll do the roll.
You don't.
What's the case?
Oh, okay.
Let's hear the pitch.
If you're still
what's the
working,
pitch?
all
I
right.
don't know. I thought there was a good pitch before.
Well, here, let me
I don't know how I'm gonna
let me
sauce
jump
that
in
up.
there. You don't want to kill this cat.
Yeah.
I don't wanna
How do
kill
you
the cat.
feel about driving it irretrievably insane? It's
That's
still
a
a
good- I
cat.
like
Well,
that.
it's a cat.
It still lives.
Still
All right.
breathing.
Here.
How do you feel about lobotomies?
The cat was my friend. I can't in good conscience.
That
can't
cat
be
is
friends with
anybody's
every
friend.
animal.
Here's the thing.
That cat is anybody's
There's a thing
friend.
called the food chain.
Yeah.
This cat ain't gonna
Like
buddy
that
up with
Walnut's
these
like,
mice.
I can't be friends with every animal.
Let's see the
know it's tough.
persuade roll.
Okay, that's you.
I need,
Right?
I need to persuade you to be okay with lying to these mice.
I'll do it, but
This is tense, guys.
I will make sure that they
I
get
roll
help.
20.
Roll that die.
We'll help them later.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Holy cow.
You, out of nowhere, you spin an incredible tale of mysticism, magic. You are ready to deliver maximum loyalty, and it is so potent, in fact, that they bow
Oh, nice.
to the party.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
No. Allow you to mount the mice. They rise up and then begin running toward the end of the homeward star.
Yes.
We're going to pick it up next week.
Yay.
Thanks for playing, everybody.
Watership down.
Yes, man.
Nice.